Let me remember not to keep myself muted. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bloodlords Session 1. Can I get a round of applause, please?
No, you cannot.
Oh, wait,
Fuck!
hang on. You can. Hang on,
Okay.
brother. I got you.
Thank you. Alright, sorry, thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is a fantastic time for me to say that since this is going to be like a comedy campaign, do not feel bad about actually laughing during, like, into your mic. Don't worry about it. That's totally cool. Now, that being said, I don't need you to laugh for me to know that I'm funny or anyone else is funny because I've gotten used to from being on Push to Talk and laughing. Either that or I'm delusional, and it's going to be a fun campaign because of that.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Huh?
I think
That's easy.
we have been planning to do Bloodlords ever since before we even did Rusthenge as a test to do into it. But I'm actually just watching to make sure that the haunted portraits are working right now. Looks like they're all working. Look at you guys go, huh? Could I get a sound off to make sure that they're working? Halish.
Hello. Hello.
Grimnir. Mr. Colo.
Yes.
Casimir. Phaedrith.
I think it worked.
Wait. All right. Looks like everyone is working. Thank you for staying securely within your portraits. Keeps your hands and vehicles inside of the borders at all times during this campaign.
Our
What
vehicles?
about my dog?
Huh? What about your dog?
What about my dog?
Do you want me to
He
make...
likes to stick his head out of the window.
just keep him down. There's a reason why he's not in one of the portraits. Unless I made like another one somewhere hidden, like at the bottom left, right below your portrait. It's constantly just getting in the way with his tongue out.
Yeah. In particular dog fashion.
Just have them going back and forth across the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endlessly.
Just...
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we have already done our session 0. We've already done everything we need to do to get started. So I suppose that this is a fantastic opportunity for us to just, I guess, jump into it because everyone's really excited to meet our beautiful creatures that have been hurdled, saddled, and gathered here today. For that, I will say this will be a particularly grim campaign, and if you have not seen the session 0, a reminder: whatever happens in this campaign, whatever happens, no matter how fucked up it is, it's a mockery. We don't believe in it. Smile, thumbs up. And remember, everyone, what would Geb do? What would Geb do?
Do you like my additions?
I do love the additions to the heart.
Wonderful.
The anatomical heart Geb necklace that we made. Okay. Now then, does anyone have anything else, or will you forever hold your peace?
Is melee an instrument?
It depends.
On what?
Is it inside the bone marrow of a bone trumpet?
It's wherever I put it.
Dang it, guys. We need to stop. I need to make a skeleton bard. Use that trumpet. I made a mistake.
Unfortunate.
You could have been named Doots. You could have been named Doots. It'd been so easy.
One last thing. We are streaming this in front of a live audience, and we have decided to include our live audience for this campaign. It does go all the way from 1 to 20 in the dark reaches of Geb. Every character right now, you guys should go mark your 2 hero points that you have for this session, and during our 15-minute break, there will be a 15-minute long poll that we placed in the chat. Whoever wishes to vote in the chat can pick one person to receive an extra hero point in the middle of the session for them to use. Sound good, everyone?
Yum.
I think we decided on that.
Are we allowed to make like campaign speeches before the end of break?
Campaign
why
speeches?
We should be elected?
Oh, I will allow it. Yeah, I'll keep you guys muted,
Okay.
or I'll let you guys ask. I think the polls will have already been done, but I think you can change your poll like as it goes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Whew. I think that's everything, isn't it?
My sheet is not done, by the way.
What?
Sorry?
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing. I'm good to go, actually.
Uh-huh.
I was looking one last time. You sure there's nothing else? Nothing
This
else.
is a trick question.
Okay. There's nothing else before we continue.
No. Paint us a picture, wordsmith.
Saying it's like one of your French campaigns.
Full of blood and dysentery.
Oh, right. In that case, I suppose I will paint us some sort of backdrop, won't I?
God.
It should have been the pipe, like, falling.
I don't think I'm hearing everyone's soundboards, so I'll see what I can do about that. But, in the meantime, the undead populated nation of Geb is the principal food exporter to many nations throughout the Inner Sea. Few foreigners hold the undead nation or its melancholic king with anything other than distaste. But of course, everyone has come to rely on Geb's cheap, zombie-raised food. That reliance puts an all too heavy importance on the zombie-raised farms around our own Graydirge. It's very simple. The war-strewn, multi-thousand-year war remnants of a king between king of wizards that fought each other and left a ruined landscape, that's all nothing right now. Because what's happening right now has nothing to do with the geopolitical power that will be running through this entire campaign for you all to partake in, that each of your characters desperately wishes to climb. Instead, what you should be worrying about now is something entirely different. A simple job, you thought. A quick favor for a friend. Unfortunately, it feels nothing less than insurmountable when faced with the ultimate enemy that you could have ever imagined to face. Each of you stand within a low wooden fence, fallen in many places with all of its gates thrown open. Once enclosed, this wide dirt yard, the dirt is however trampled now with an unsettling amount of blood and viscera and gore. You can see the various parts of 5 corpses, if you could call them that anymore, that lie strewn, most of them toppled into mangled flesh and bones that have cracked under the weight of the monstrosity that faces you now. Perhaps you would be worried. Perhaps you would think you had a chance. That is, if you didn't look all around you, surrounded by a horde. And I will bring you all over to the first horrific map. And we'll be rolling initiative.
Oh.
That was
Already?
fast.
Oh my god. I don't know how to play Pathfinder. I needed like an intro. What do actions do?
How do I roll dice?
It's too scary. I want to get off.
The silence is deafening.
I want to get off. I want to get
I wanna
off.
get off. Is it too late to stop the ride? Oh no.
All right.
Oh.
as a monstrosity faces in front of you. It is the droning of the no less than 100 zombies that swarm your every which way. Horrifically, however, the boss cow stands in front of you. A massive, growth-spurned, mutated mass of beef, hatred, and hunger. She stares dead in the eyes, if what you could call an eye lingers within her skull. And the rest of you cling to the side of the broken fence, seeking respite from Mosguta, the boss. Only to find a horde of zombies quickly enclosing on your sides. More dead, slowly creeping towards this stomping ground, reaching towards you all. And that is where we'll roll initiative for the start of this campaign.
Oh no.
May I ask for some RP guidance? Now one! Fantastic! First roll of the game. Rad.
sir, good
Okay.
sir.
Can I ask for some RP guidance? Have we done very light introductions to each other?
Yes.
Do we know each other by name? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Do we know why we're here?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
But you
I'm
do
sure we'll
not
find
you do
out.
not need to worry about any of that right now. You need to
Yeah.
worry about surviving.
Yay.
You are in a point of death, and
Gosh, this is a weird protest they're having. I wonder what they're protesting.
The ethical consumption of beef.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I apologize, everyone. The mass amount of rolls appears to have crashed Edge.
No. No. No.
A wondrous
The
byproduct.
campaign is being edged.
All right.
Oh.
It should work now. And first things first, when it comes to rolling initiative, we do in fact have a barbarian in the party. And it should have showed you a prompt in the chat.
Oh, I see. Well, I figure we'd already have been going by now.
No, this would be the start of this combat at this very point. This is the very
Oh,
beginning of it right now. Are you gonna rage?
I have a quick question. Am
Yeah.
I allowed to trip, shove, or do any of that stuff while I'm raging? Or no, because it has to have the rage thing? First question of the campaign.
You can't swim.
I do it now.
Yes,
Sorry, what was-
yes,
what
you
was
can.
Yes, you
question?
can.
Okay.
The
I
only thing you
do
can't
the-
do is the concentration.
Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah.
You can't use concentration unless they have the rage tag,
Okay.
is the rule.
Then yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh. Oh, very
Whoa, that's cool.
vibrating. Vibrating.
All right.
I swear that wasn't. That was the other thing.
That was the other creature. I'm sure.
It
I'm sure.
might have been.
Angry
Apply
moves.
effect. Oh, I already have it.
All right.
Sick.
Mhm.
That cow is really angry.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can put this effect behind my token. I'll figure that out later.
Spray it with dirty brown.
the birds chirping. Aw. So
So-
peaceful.
So peaceful.
Nature.
This is just nature, guys. Don't mess with nature.
All right, let's see how Mosguta rolls. Holy shit!
Okay, well, he's rolling.
All right, natural 20.
Okay.
Wow. Sounds are so loud. I gotta turn them down.
Are they? Make sure everything is tagged at 50, 50, 50 for your the volume controls. That's what I'm balancing it out.
That'll be way too loud for me. I'm gonna put it on 10.
Oh, odd. Okay. So Mosguta is going to rush forward, beginning the encounter. First things first is the boss cow. So as you guys look about to the horde of zombies around you, Mosguta will year up back, you would see she reveals her belly, which has been ripped open. You can see a massive black scythe covered in runes that runs inside of her body. You can see a variety of weird flags or cloth wrapped around it as though it's ceremonial in some way. And you can see that her horn has been entirely sliced off. But she still has one good horn, and she will rush towards trampling over Gore to get at Grimnir. Grimnir, I assume you ready yourself, hold yourself in a stance, and could you describe to me what you look like for the first time in the campaign as she comes into blows with you?
Okay, yeah. Standing nearly 8 feet tall, Grimnir cuts an imposing figure. He's got a muscular frame, he's got tons of scars from countless battles in the brutal arenas and from Mekatar. His fur is currently patchy and unkempt, showing signs of life lived. Slave, slightly malnourished. Yet, despite the wear and tear of his current existence, there's no mistaking the power in his limbs. Muscles hardened by combat and years of survival. His horns curve menacingly from his forehead. His eyes hold a quiet determination that speaks volumes. He's got rusty piecemeal armor that seems to be more for show than protection, as his tough hide is resilient enough to withstand most blows. We'll see about this in a second. Around his neck sits a collar, a reminder of his status in Geb. But even with his battered appearance, there's a fire in his eyes, a calm, deadly focus that tells you this Minotaur is not one to fall easily. Except for right now when I get crit.
Excellent.
Is that when this thing goes right through my skin like paper?
So she rushes forward and you can see the skin flapping on her, and she's going to use her trundling gore. So she will surge forward, horn lowered, stride once, and if she ends her movement in melee with an enemy, she gets to use her horn attack on them immediately. Okay?
Wait, how my Mashkuta faction? I was building that up.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
That's all broken
Anyway.
down. I'm so
Cow
sorry.
violence.
All right, give it to me.
Horn attack.
Okay.
21.
Alrighty.
And then she will immediately get to roll a knockdown.
Ow. I'm knocked down.
As part of it, she will slam into you and raise you into the air before slamming you onto the ground. She will deal 16 damage to you.
Hi over there, Kolo, and Phaedrith, and Kaz, and
Hi.
As you all watch, Grimnir skewered, raised up into the air, and slammed down, and a hoof planted into Grimnir's chest. Go ahead and hit the damage button.
Yep.
Alright, your rage will help you through that, and only leaves you at half health, luckily, already. So as you are bleeding throughout these grounds, becoming another trampled corpse, that is her turn. That is both of her actions. Halish, what do you do in response? You want to describe to me what you're looking at right now?
Yeah, so Halish is roughly standing 6'7", bright blue leathery scaled skin, darker blue osteoderm present on his belly and shoulder, and other vulnerable body parts. He has yellow eyes. See that his bony, deep purple protrusions framing his eyes. His claws and white talons are white. He has no armor on, but he doesn't need any as he is a Bakuwa lizard folk. He has a very fat tail striped bright blue and deep purple, such that it kind of causes him to amble about, difficult for him to walk. He has wrists that are wrapped in small bones, scarf, same color of his robes around his neck or his waist. And on his sack, on his waist, he has a, it seems to be like a cover, containing something rather pointy. Many different small objects.
Okay.
Carrying a scythe.
Perfect. Yeah, you see a second scythe in there. It's beautiful. You immediately can tell the exquisite craft that's been laden across it. And Halish, with your perception, you have no doubt that scythe was somehow powerful enough to slice off Mosquito's other horn. What do you do?
I thought that was Halish's scythe. I was going to give it back to him on my turn, but
Halish
Really,
wishes.
Is it possible? Do I think it's possible to remove the scythe?
Yes.
And then, okay.
It would be very difficult. You have to wrangle Mosquito. But you would also know, Halish, that you were warned that this is no cow to tango with.
Is this a cat that we were told to take down or to?
As you kind of recall from what you know of her, which you'll get more context soon. Right now, the idea is this is a almost indestructible creature to deal with at the moment. You might be more concerned with getting to safety for your party and tackling this when you're not caught off guard than taking it out now.
Okay.
Unless the intention of this fight in particular is to wrangle the scythe out of her.
Maybe it's like a.
Daddy wants a
like
scythe.
maybe it's like the thorn in the lion's paw, and then she'll be your friend forever. You should take the
True.
scythe
I
down.
don't, I don't know.
I gotta know your turn though, Halish, because the zombies, they are all moving towards here, and they will roll into initiative if they get close enough.
Okay. I think then I will cast guidance on Grimnir.
Okay.
That fly sound.
I see the light.
And then
I think I'll head towards that.
see, this is the hard thing because I don't know where the best place to get everyone else, because everyone else is on the other side of me, right?
There's a house.
Which one? This one? Need points. Okay. And he. Oh, it's 5, 10, 15. He ambles over.
Okay. Masguda is a zombie. She's slow. You do not need to worry about her attacking you.
Okay. He ambles over a little bit more. And that'll be the turn.
Okay. Guidance, 1 stride?
2 tries.
2 strides. Okay.
I have a speed of 20.
Sounds good to me. That will make it over to Kolo. Mr. Kolo, you want to describe yourself and what's going on here?
Mr. Ko is a man from the distant lands of Katapesh. Skin-toned, warmed of sun, and shaped by the sands of that far place. But the recent past years, he's made this his home. See him dressed in his finery of robes and headscarves, hiding his white hair. A short-statured man of about 5.5 feet. But a man who protects himself before others. And he was right.
Okay. I assume you're muddied and dirty at the moment, as compared to what you usually wish yourself to be?
For the time being.
Okay. You gonna strike?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. All right. What else would you like to do in your turn?
He will do a recon knowledge
On the
on
boss
the
count?
Bosco.
You're more than welcome to. What would you like to know about him?
We could save.
We can save. You've watched her fight for a little bit here, and you watched her trample around these stomping grounds before she broke free. Her weakest save by far is definitely her reflex. She is slow, but she hits brutally hard.
Well, we'll deal with Mosquito later. Quickly. Before we attract more of the mindless. He will stride over to the door.
Okay. And that'll be your turn. Phaedra.
Hi.
As you look around, you're closer to the zombies than anyone else, and by golly, there's a horde there. Mascuda ran past you earlier on to get into the stomping grounds after she broke free of something. As you look about, what would you like to do? And how would you like to describe yourself if you want to do a quick description? You'll get a better one later.
Okay. So I guess the super quick and dirty is Phaedrith is a pretty small person, even by fetchling standards. They only stand at about 5'2". They've got like grayish purple skin, lots of stitches, kind of a lopsided, scarred smile. but always smiling. And they are accompanied by a really, really big dog.
It's a big
It's
dog.
scary, but it's okay. It is a big dog, and his name is Garrus. He's a good boy. Very, very good boy. Oh man. So Phaedra sees this giant zombie cow on a rampage, and as much as they want that scythe, like they really want that scythe. After seeing it bowl over Grimnir, I think we're thinking twice about our next course of action here. And even Garrus is kind of giving the mental equivalent of just like a I don't know about that one, Chief. So we are going to try and also skedaddle skadoodle with the kit and caboodle.
All right, you're on Garrus's back, so all you gotta do is give one action to Garrus of your 3, and they get 2.
Okay, sick. So now for the question that I've been wanting to ask this whole time. I do not know how to move Garrus. It does not
It's not letting you?
let me
1 moment.
do such a thing.
That's my bad. Oh, I forgot to do something too. Something very fun. You ready?
Oh, I'm so ready for fun things.
Hold on. We've got... There you are. You should be able to move now.
Oh, yippee! There I am.
And you go along
Okay.
with it.
Okay, fantastic. In that
Ta-da!
case- Oh, God!
Wow, it kind of blocks her frame, huh? That's okay.
Oh, it's okay. It gets the point across. Oh, jeez. Okay, so on Garrus, I am so sorry to ask about this mid-sesh, but how far can I go on his back again?
He's
I
got a
don't
movement
see
of 40
range.
feet, right in his in
40?
front of his sheet. You got 40 feet of movement every time he strides.
Hackers, yeah. 42.5. What is a 0.5 doing here? Okay, there we go. I see. All right, well then, yeah. I think he's gonna use both of his actions to get the hell out of there. But I will ask before I leave. Can I help Grimnir in any way? Can I just like haul him up and like get him out of here?
Okay. Now, typically you can't. However, because I'm really cool and this is a hilarious campaign, you could. I would allow you to try to grapple Grimnir with your spiked chain and drag him along with you.
Ow.
If Grimnir will allow you to pull him away from Mazguda.
Yeah, I mean, depends on which pain you want.
You're
This
good.
pain or
Do whatever-
spike chain pain?
Do whatever you feel like. I think it'll be okay.
All right. And Phaedrus will kind of just like grin and shrug, be like, "Sorry, buddy. It's better than the cow, though, right?" And just kind of like wrangle you and drag you along with me.
Grimnir,
Oh, you're like an undead cowboy with a metal lasso.
give me a
Oh,
spike
really?
chain strike on Grimnir.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I have to strike him? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I want to see it hit.
succeed.
Okay, alright. I'm sorry, Grimnir.
Life is pain.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Okay, it's not a critical miss, so as long as Grimnir is allowing it, then it will hit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure.
The only thing that wouldn't work is a critical hit. Or critical miss, sorry. Okay, so you watch as the chain flies in front of you, and it catches in a really poor position. It doesn't, like, hold on. Grimnir, that means you've got to do it. And I assume when you rear down, you see it, and do you wrap it around your arm, your neck, or your leg?
It's a spiked chain made of blades.
Yep.
Yeah, it sure is.
I don't know.
The arm is probably what's gonna do the least amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like brace it under the pauldron or something, I don't know.
Yeah, on your armor. Sounds good. Okay, you wrap it around the side of your arm very quickly in the middle of the fight. And you can move. Garrus can move, but Garrus will be moving at half speed, carrying such a large creature. Behind
Okay,
you.
so 20 feet. So my usual 40 with the 2 strides will be about here.
Yes.
Ow.
And then, come on, buddy.
And Grimnir, as
Give him
you,
a high five as he goes by.
the chain goes taut, and Grimnir, you are dragged along the ground across the ways. Now, Grimnir, as you're dragged along the ways, it does hurt. It is a spike chain. You will take 2 damage.
Okay.
But you are pulled 40 feet away from Mazguda, who doesn't look like she's reacted yet. She's very slow. She starts to like rear down, look around, and something out of as she looks about. that would bring it. Actually, Phaedra, I think you've got one more action, don't you? Actually, no, I'd say attack, then grapple, you know? Because it's 2 different actions.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm down with having that be it.
All right, Grimnir. What you got?
Stand up.
One action?
I remove the chain.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, it writes me. Alright, well. Gosh, I did have a plan before that. But now I don't know. Yeah.
I
Me
know
too.
you probably
Me
want to
too.
fight it, but you should probably get into the house.
Yeah, I mean, alright, so stand up, one action, and then, we'll try and demoralize it. With the... Oh, zombies getting closer. Because I have,
Zombies be demoralized?
I
We'll
don't know.
find out.
Intimidating glare. There we go.
All right. You
Oh, it's
try.
mental. Okay.
You
Cool.
try, and as you look her in the eyes, this is no fighter. This thing is just acting on pure instinct. It's a monster.
Alrighty.
I will add the mindless tag onto its bestiary log.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll last action we'll stride. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Your blood is pumping, but you're able to start to retreat. Kaz, you're in the line of fire. Well, cow.
Cow. So the scene shifts over to a 3-foot tall halfling man. He has his hair done back in a braid. It's white and has blood red streaks going through it. His bangs cover one of his eyes, so you're not able to see beneath it. And he's wearing some kind of decorative armor, mostly made of bones. Obviously, someone probably bought this for him. And on his belt, he has 2 weapons, which seems to be some kind of hammer and a whip. He looks very muscular, despite his small size, and looks rather annoyed with this entire situation. So, with a flourish of his hair, he does like a hair flip, and then his bangs just come over his hidden eye. And he is going to exploit vulnerability on the cow as his eye that is underneath his bangs begins to glow this blood red.
Okay.
Oh, my thing didn't pop up.
That's because you failed.
Oh, I see. I used a hero point. Yeah, it's time. It's already happening.
It's already happening. Let's see it.
Mm-hmm. Great. Oh, it didn't pop up.
I
That's tough.
can tell you her weakness.
Yeah, sure.
She is weakness to critical hits. 6.
Oh, okay.
Golly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll get critical hits. I see. Okay.
Crit forehead.
Yeah, I guess Casimir is going to hair flip dramatically one more time, so his bangs cover his eye. Hit it really hard. He's gonna to run.
All right, sounds good.
Turning here. And his third action, he's going to. Ooh, actually, hang on. Okay, Idomera, hear me out.
Hearing you out. So is the fly in your ear?
I got this whip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this door is
Tops.
closed.
Oh my god, you want to whip it open?
Yes. Can I use my whip to grab the handle and fling it open?
You sure can if you're within reach.
Fantastic. I am. It's in 10 feet. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Alrighty, I'll make a strike against the door.
Go. Yep, by all means.
Oh, I hit that door really well.
It immediately cracks open, and you can see inside. This place isn't anything to write home about. Instead, you can see that there are shelves and racks that line the wall of the building. It's mostly intact compared to everything else on this farm. There's gardening implements that clutter the space. You see some hoes, some wheelbarrows, some bags of soil, buckets of nails, rope, hammers, saws. There's a shit ton of things in there.
Get inside. I don't think you can at least squeeze through the door.
Oh boy.
That's my turn.
All right. Mazguda. She rears back, and he watches her dreary head begins to look in the direction of you all. Only one person's within range.
Fuck.
As she looks forward and just goes, "Whoa." And she will run after Halish, horn lowered, using a trundling gore. Alright, so it's going to be an attack into an immediate knockdown. That's a 23.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then? Oh, the screen went black.
Uh-oh.
Did it succeed?
DC
It did.
14.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You will be slammed down onto the ground afterwards, too. Alright. I'm just going to roll that damage. Give me 1 sec. I'm not sure if you all can see what's going on in the foundry, but it is not happy.
A lot of chat. Maybe that will help.
Pardon? Clear the chat?
Clearing the chat might help.
Oh, I just couldn't get onto the actual screen itself. I know I know what the issue is, and I can fix it at break. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to survive until break, much like you guys are trying to survive until the cow is no longer in your view. Alright, so it's gonna be a damage roll. Alright, Halish.
Alright.
How's 16
Oh,
damage
no.
sound?
I'm still alive.
Oh! Thank goodness, because I was actually worried. Alright, Halish, you are slammed upwards, thrown into the air, pierced through the side of your back, which goes through the sides of your bony plates, and slams you onto the ground. But you're still alive. Congratulations. You can add to yourself to the 2 people so far that have been attacked by Masguda and lived.
I'm guessing
would
all the
that
little ones
live?
are ones that died.
Alright, that'll bring it to Halish. Halish, how would you like to respond to this situation?
Ellis scrambles to his feet and then runs. That'll be the turn.
Okay, stride twice.
Yep.
All right, that'll bring it to Mr. Colo. Mr. Colo, I can't swap you it over to your turn, but it's your turn.
Alright, he's gonna stride inside, turns around. It's clear. Nothing's in here. Quickly now.
There we go. I can click anything for
Alright.
myself.
Excellent. All right, anything else on your actions? You got 2 more, right?
Yeah, I'm checking.
You're checking.
How big's the dog?
Which one, the cow or the not cow dog?
Gara's dog.
Gar. Yes. How?
Um,
What's this? Who's bigger, the dog or Grimir?
Length versus height.
height,
weight.
Grimnir would definitely be Grimnir by a long shot. Garrus is long, but he's kind of like a lithe figure.
Yeah.
Right. It is working with others is problematic. He taps the ground with his cane, and behind the dog, cast a line of grease.
Yippee!
I love wizards.
I love wizards too.
Just the 4 spaces behind.
So, oh, right there? Okay, perfect. I see it.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right,
I guess.
sounds good. What's your grease look like? Is it like ichor? Is it like sludge? Is it like flesh? Like what if you got boiled fat down?
No, it's like oil, black oil.
Oh, okay, sounds good. All right, that's your 3 actions.
Always wanting something fancy.
Phaedrith, a disgusting mound of oil like suddenly begins to appear behind you. What do you do?
Phaedrus will kind of peer down at it from over Garrus' shoulder and just be like, well, that's helpful. Would love to see a cow trip and slide, but I've already seen that today, so we're just gonna get inside. And can Garrus squeeze through this door?
Yes, it's just considered difficult terrain.
Okay. So let's see here. Give him an action. Okay, yeah, perfect. That's literally.
You give him one action, he gets 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him an action so he can stride twice, which will put him here. It's more like, oh, he takes up so much space. It's like hard to tell exactly where he's stopping. But,
Yeah, it's no
you know.
words. Yeah,
Okay, this is about where he would end up.
sounds
You see
good.
as he kind of like crouches low and Phaedrus will sort of just like go flat and he just like squiggles in through the door. It's almost cat-like in nature. As far as Phaedrus goes, I think they'll just pass it on. They don't have anything else to add.
All right, sounds good. You got 2 actions. Very well. You got nothing else?
I got nothing else I can do from here.
Okay. That'll bring. You could always use 2 actions to ready an action, like to strike it if it comes close, or close the door with a chain whip.
Yeah, you know what? I will. I'll ready some actions to whip the door shut if need be.
Okay, sounds good. That brings it to Grimnir. Grimnir, what would you like to do?
I just I'd see the zombie like coming over the fence. I just kind of like shove it away.
Yeah, no, wait. And it falls onto the fucking side. It
Yeah.
takes a hard fall. You almost feel bad at the end of it. It hits the wood, the bench, slams its face into the ground. It goes a full ostrich for a bit.
All right, and then Machkuta definitely seems fixated on us still, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I see towards the bottom left of the map here. There is a light.
Yes.
Does that remind me of anything?
No, there is a massive, strange kind of ambience that comes from there, like a sconce of light. The only one of non-natural lighting that is around right now. It
Is it
does.
daytime?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It does remind you vaguely of the lantern flames of purple that glow in Mekatar.
Okay. I look down at Cass. There is a light. My point.
Yeah. There is.
He points at the house. This might not be safe for long. And I'll stride we'll stride into the building.
Sounds
What light
good.
are you-
Roughly
are you
shove
talking
Colo,
about?
Mr. Colo out of the way. I'll pick up this table.
Yeah.
And get it ready to block the door, I guess.
Oh,
don't
perfect.
Have enough, I
No.
don't have enough action economy for that, but yeah, I'm gonna get this table ready to make a second door behind the door, so that when that thing brings its sword through, it may not skewer all of us.
Yeah. Good calm. Good calm. All right. Anything
What
else?
light-
Cass?
Sorry.
I think I guess I could take cover. That's always a good one to do.
It is. It can be.
Yeah. All right. So I think that should be good. Alrighty.
Okay.
Standard.
Cass, whatever light Grimnir is talking about, you can't see it from where you're at.
Yeah, he like mentions a light and points and guy's like, what are you talking about?
He does
Must
not
be-
explain.
Um,
He just doesn't
Alright.
think this building with only one entrance is gonna be safe for very long with the horde of zombies. This is every zombie movie ever. They get trapped in a building. We're gonna have to break out of here.
all right.
This might be a trap. He's just following. 'Cause
Are
he's-
these zombies targetable?
I mean, yeah, they are many zombies. They are coming towards you slowly.
Okay. Kind of want to test the waters a little bit. I'm going to it's my range. Go there. I can get inside. Okay. I'm going to stride here. I'm just gonna make a strike at the zombie, just to test it out.
Do you see the light now? It's in
No, I think you're still crazy.
You gotta zoom out pretty far.
Alright, 17 for the zombie.
Absolutely hit the poor zombie.
Okay, I'm just doing some test damage.
7?
Yeah.
Doesn't bloody it. It's got a lot of chunk in it.
Alright.
Oh, wait, hold
12
on.
damage, huh?
Hold on, 12 damage? Oh, weak to slashing. There you go.
Oh, fantastic.
So 12 damage does barely bring it down below.
Okay, good to know. They can bleed. So I'm going to use my last action to stride and move here.
Okay.
That'll be all.
Halish, you're left outside on your own with only 2 HP. Halish! Mazguda looks you down. You're within reach.
Oh no.
All right.
We gotta pray this grease spell.
She will rear back, and she will stride. Her stride will get her to... Okay.
What does grease do?
I get him. Make a save or they fall prone.
She rushes forward. You all can hear it, and each thunderous step of the boss cow almost throws you all to the ground, even inside. How's a 16?
Failure.
Oh no! What is a failure?
Yeah, 17.
Oh no!
Thank God.
So she gets knocked to the face?
They fall to prone.
Okay, so you guys watch her not go ass down sliding on her butt. Instead, she goes face down right into the muck as her hooves hit it. Her face tilts on, and the one horn props her up. And Halish, you see her entire back and butt as she goes as she goes upwards, downwards, and then falls flat on her back right here. And would start using the last of her last action to try to get up if she didn't use it on Trundling Gore already. All right, and she will flail around on her back and belly for the moment. Halish, that brings it to you. Mascuda has been stopped for the moment.
Ah, you stupid cow. And he casts Divine Lance.
Okay, give me the roll.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Go for it. All right, that'll hit. Roll me the damage. Okay. You see a strange coalescence kind of fall around her as you throw this lance out, and she takes barely any damage. You see like her entire hide begin to shift and change and adapt to you, and a dark energy wreath out and take over your lance. And only a little bit of it actually gets bite. You only do 2 damage.
And then he enters the door.
Okay.
And that's the turn.
And with that, as she stands up, do you slam the door down, Grimnir, and Phaedra, do you whip the door shut?
Yeah, I whip the door shut.
All right.
immediately.
And poof, you put a table right in the front, Grimnir?
Mm-hmm.
All right, as you do, there is just a big horn that sunders through the door and out the other side, and you hear from it. And you wonder to yourself, how did you get here? And that's when we'll pull away from this farm as you look towards each other. And we'll go to somewhere far more hospitable. Graydirge. All right. So, as you all think back to where you were, what got you full of dirt, grime, gore, guts, and worse. Instead, you simply were walking up to a sprawling estate at the southern edge of Graydirge's old bone wall, a 30-foot-high wall of gruesomely fused bones that surrounds the city. You can see that there is a 10-foot-high wall that encloses the other 3 sides of Berline's property, and each of you approaches. As you do, there is, in fact, somebody awaiting you who would be early, not punctual, early to tonight's invitational dinner.
I know Halish would be there.
Early?
As would
Oh, yeah.
Casimir.
Early, okay. Sounds good. Mhm. You make your way forward, Halish and Kaz. Which one of you guys gets there first? I'm just gonna ask that. Or do you guys walk together somehow?
Well, may I give you a suggestion?
You may.
This is a dinner invitation, right?
You were invited to dinner. Invited, I put with parentheses, to dinner. Yes.
Who invited us per se?
Berline, of course. Of course, you're
Oh,
helping
I
with the
mean-
meal.
Oh, I was to say I'm the
Of
cook.
course you're
I feel
the
like
chef.
I'm gonna be there.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
hoping that
there
you'd be
already.
early.
Yeah. I think he's gonna arrive. I think he's gonna be there since the morning. Probably.
Then
cooking.
I won't worry about you at all. Instead,
Yeah.
Halish, you stand there at the gate?
Yeah.
Perfect. Standing at the gate, you can see there is a finely dressed ghoul who is with a tucked tunic of green and gold, and you can see that there is makeup that covers around the neck area but doesn't help his greenish tin skin tone and long tongue that he's unraveled in the side of his mouth. And you can see his eyes as he stares down at you, Halish, with some amount of greed. You can see him looking towards you for any scars, but fresh cuts, anything of the like. And he has long hair, which you can't particularly tell, and this is how you can tell it's a good butler, if it's a wig or not. It's gotta be, right? There is a welcoming, bearing, gleaming teeth smile as he welcomes you inside the estate to wait outside.
Halish returns a smile.
Okay. He says to you,
Welcome. I am Majordomo Miyaki. I know mine to the workers' tilling.
and you can see the rigged movements of horrible, mindless zombies that are hauling heavy loads, pushing wheelbarrows around Haldoli's estate in the gardens. You would be the first to take notice of the area. It's more modern. There's ribs, skulls, femurs, all in fashion, of course, accentuating the predominantly brick construction. There are some outbuildings, such as storage sheds, workers' homes, that all surround the courtyard.
Halish licks his lips as he looks at the different plants that the workers are tilling around.
Ooh.
You are early, and Miss Haldoli is quite busy. Would you wait a moment? Please.
Sure.
He gives you a smile and his claws dapple around the side of your shoulder, and he goes,
Good.
as he goes back towards the entrance, and you're left alone. Do you play nice? Do you stay still?
He looks around to see if there's anyone watching besides the undead that can't really tap, and then he makes his way towards. Is there any fruit trees?
Oh, there's a plethora of small vegetables.
Okay, he goes over there and he plucks one out and then begins gnawing on it.
Okay. Your breath will smell of garlic as you begin to gnaw on a whole garlic bulb.
And
Incredible.
he heads back to where he was standing.
Incredible. I will, actually, go on and give me a thievery check or a stealth check, one of the two, whatever you prefer. Okay. And as Major Domo Mjörk makes his way back towards the entrance, who else would be next? This is people on time.
I feel like, ironically enough, Phaedrus would show up on time.
You think so?
I think so.
Hmm.
Whether by accident or not, they would be there on time.
Very well. In that case, as you approach on the time, you would see that there is someone already waiting within the gate, and the Major Domo would give you the same greeting. Would you say anything different? As you dismount, would you be on Garrus?
I would probably be walking alongside Garrus.
Okay. The Major Domo would smile and say,
Welcome. Would you mind if your creature stays without, or are they coming within for a bite?
Phaedrus will kind of scratch their chin and look to Garrus. Hey man, could you eat? And Garrus just kind of like mentally shrugs. And they'll look back at the Major Domo and be like, nah, he's fine. He can stay out here.
Excellent. In the gardens, will it be okay? Yes?
That'd be fine.
Does it know any command words? Sit, dance, dead?
As soon as the Major Domo says sit, Garrus will just kind of like plop down.
he smiles and taps his claws together.
Excellent, excellent.
And he will guide Garrus away as you make your way towards what appears to be an Uruxi who is waiting. At the same time, does anyone else make it on time?
Mr. Karaski.
Okay. As this individual heads by, I assume you're also arriving. Would you say anything as you watch this ghoul give a bow and say,
You must be another guest.
Yes. Mr. Karaski.
Mr. Knowski.
and he begins to gingerly eke you forward.
Everyone will be invited soon. Soon.
Now, Grimnir, you're the only one who hasn't arrived. Is this because you were fetching ingredients, or is it because you're inside?
I'm inside already.
You think so?
No.
Okay. As the three of you make your way up at this time, it is at that moment that one of the zombies turns towards the three of you as the Major Domo makes his way up beside you guys and begins to pull you towards the stairs. He does stop for a second and smell.
One of them got in the garlic again.
And he looks around. The three of you notice that there is a zombie that gnashes its teeth and lets out this low towards you all. And there is the sharp creak of a door that cuts off this rasping noise. You have the feeling, the three of you, that the zombie will make its way towards you soon. But a different figure would in fact catch your eye, as stepping out onto the villa's front porch is a halfling of middle height and middle age. She has a yellow dress with little ruffles, an orange cloak with the hood thrown back to show off her brownish red curly hair, and a necklace of grisly charms. And she holds out a gnarled black staff topped with a pig skull, which she taps on the porch's wooden rail to keep the zombie's attention away from you all, and she takes a few barefoot steps in its direction. She looks over with you all, and she gives you that look, that look of someone who is disappointed, but has a smile on her face with something.
Mm-hmm.
She says,
Carinza.
and she keeps the zombie's attention by tapping the pig's skull. And a young live human woman, makes her way forwards in plain but well-kept servant's clothes, and comes running, and her eyes go wide, and she stops in her tracks when she sees the zombie.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mistress Haldoli. So sorry.
And she makes her way up towards you all and begins to bow profusely. How would you all react to this?
Phaedra is
Kurulos.
definitely... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You would just do a low, short bow back to her and side-eye the others, waiting for them to bow.
This is the servant bowing. To be clear.
Ah, all right. Never. Always better to be careful.
Phaedra's eyes, they've completely ignored the servant entirely. Their eyes are locked on that zombie.
Okay.
They're not even reacting to anything else.
What about you, Halish?
Lish would wave politely.
At her?
Yeah.
She'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mirk." And she will snap her fingers. "Excuse me. Hey, yeah, you. Yeah, remember me?" And she will start walking up towards the zombie. And the zombie lets out a... as it slowly turns its head towards this servant and follows it back towards the gardens, with her keeping up with making sounds. And you see Berline kind of just watch, and Miark gives her a sheepish grin. And then, while he's beside you all, says,
Long it always takes. Good corpse tenders. Go. We will deal with this.
do you each head inside and up towards Berline?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Berline would say,
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Halish, look at you.
A little bigger, aren't I?
she like looks up at you, and as you give her the hi, she will say,
Did you already have a bite? I hope you're not already full.
No, I have plenty of room, and so does Hasty.
Oh, thank goodness. Just as you asked, I made another chair available.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Could you wait for me in the dining hall? I need to finish preparing a meal with Casimir.
Mm.
Perfect. And look at you, Phaedra.
Ma'am.
Always in style. Come on in, come on in. Is Garrus not joining us?
Garrus may have gotten into the food stores, and by the food stores I mean the stables of the inn I was staying at. He's a little full.
kind of like looks back.
Hey, sorry about the name.
And she like pats the side of you, as though you are again an old friend.
Go on in, go on in. I'm sure everything will be just to your taste. Oh, and if you like,
And she like points with you towards the servant.
if you want, do you have any suggestions to teach her a lesson?
At this, Phaedra's grin will kind of grow a bit, and they'll just kind of like shrug a shoulder nonchalantly. I mean, if you want a more personal touch, I could lend you my chain. And they'll kind of like hook a thumb into one of the rings that's like wrapped around their cloak right now.
Perfect. Thank you.
And she will reach up and gingerly grab it and wrap it around the staff.
God. And Phaedra will just kind of like happily like wave and saunter into the dining hall.
Yeah. Do you wave at the servant girl?
Yes.
Oh, you see the servant girl like realize she's being waved at, and she waves back, and then she sees Berline's staff, and her face just goes pale as you walk away.
Enjoy.
And lastly, she looks up towards you, Mr. Colo.
Oh, good. Look at you, all spiffy and span. I'm sure you'll enjoy the meal. Hey, you know, I just wanted to say, some of the zombies do look a little bit rough today, but I'm sure that they can be held to a better standard for everyone soon enough, including you.
Certainly. Any touching up, I can always offer my services.
Oh, excellent. No, I have a much better thing to ask your help for that I think you'll be perfect for. Go on in. I'll get everything ready.
And Mr. Kog enters in secretly, relieved that he doesn't have to do anything for her involving Dead Fresh.
Mm-hmm. The dining room is just beyond the small entryway. You can see tiny, colorful bone tiles and intricate patterns that decorate most of the walls and the floor. Much of the furniture is made of a mix of wood and polished bones, and most of the rooms are designed with comfort in mind. Long, cushioned benches line many walls. You see plentiful cushions, rugs, blankets that surround numerous low tables for all sizes of creatures. You can see that there are other passages that lead to adjoining rooms, but you know not to venture beyond where a bloodlord tells you to go in their estate, I assume. The doors are closed, after all. Very well, very well. Right now, you can see in the dining room that there is a set of 7 chairs. One of them at the head, the 6 of them surrounding it. And it's 3 on each side, to be clear. And then 1 at the very end of it. One of the other ends lies empty. As you make your way forward, you can see that there is a few servants busy cleaning. For that, however, speaking of servants, in the kitchen, I assume the 2 of you are preparing the meal. Is this a good opportunity from Grimnir? Grimnir, would you bring big trays back onto the into the dining room as they're finishing?
Oh, I had a very different idea for where
Then tell me, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm just sitting dejectedly in a chair in the kitchen with Kaz.
Just sitting.
I
in the
mean,
kitchen?
you know what? I know. Yeah, he would. Yeah, I think no, that would make sense. Okay. Yeah, he'll bring out some stuff because might as well get some use out of it before you.
Grimnir, you don't bring out that first. Those are not the appetizers. Bring these out first, then those, then the others. Are we clear?
Big snort. Flop ears. Turn. Grab the thing you pointed at and then take that out for.
This is a roasted cauliflower soup with cumin. Be very gentle with it. Do not spill it.
He even goes as far as to put the things in the order that you just said they needed to go out and make it easy.
Thank you.
As you begin to bring them out, the 3 individuals, do you sit together on the left side or the right side, or do you guys take your seats elsewhere?
Is this like a big long dining table?
One big long. It's just as gothic as you think it is, with reds and blacks and bone protrusions on the tops of them with skulls at the ends. It's 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then 1 at the very end.
Okay. Phaedrus would take a seat near the one at the end. Top right, probably.
Top right, you got it.
Sit on the left.
Top left or just middle left?
Top left.
Top left. All right, both of the people beside Berline have taken their place. And are you on the left or right there, Halish? Beside Phaedrus or Mr. Kolo?
He would probably put his bag next to Kolo and then sit next to that.
Okay, perfect. As you make your way into the kitchen, Grimnir, you place down multiple trays, and I assume most of you see a massive minotaur making their way in, which is way, way, way more special than a normal servant, like a zombie would be, or a normal quick, you know? But whether or not you make any note of it is quickly interrupted by Berline already coming back as you guys take your seats, and you see her staff is covered in blood with the chains as she comes in and just kind of steps happily along the way with some blood under the side of her feet. She makes sloppy steps in with a smile and says,
Oh, good. Looks like you're already bringing it all in. Thank you, Grimnir. Thank you. Don't forget to take a seat. I can have the rest of the servants bring them out. Is that okay?
Yes.
Go on then. Take a seat.
Okay. Can I have the chair make a fortitude save? Can I request?
yeah. Hold on.
All right.
Oh, just passes.
Very
Let's
good.
go.
That's an average.
Hanging on for dear life.
It groans under your weight as you sit. And are you sitting beside Phaedrith or on the empty seat, like at the end? Farthest away from Berline?
Wherever the closest empty chair to the kitchens would be.
Oh, yeah. We'll say that that's the front right rather than the back right. Okay. That leaves the open chair beside Phaedrith for Casimir.
Is there an additional open chair for a certain friend of our clerics?
Yes, that's that one chair that has a sack already on it.
Oh, I'm not on the map.
That's
If you're
There is no map for this. We're just doing theater of the
Okay.
mind here.
okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Just like outside the hallway of this dining room, Kaz is kind of like gonna lean around and go, "Psst, Berline,
Hmm?
talk to you for one moment."
Sure.
And she will,
Excuse me, everyone.
and she will, and you hear as she steps onto the ground with the blood again and makes her way back. And as she looks up, she says,
Mm-hmm.
You don't expect me to serve a portion to the sack, do you?
kind of looks back.
Casimir, you know better than that. We let the zombies do the serving.
I don't want to pour a portion for something that won't eat it.
Okay. I'll have them pour them too.
Now you have everything, right?
Mm,
Let's go over it again.
yes. Mm-hmm.
What was your appetizer?
It was the cauliflower soup with cumin. And I again want to stress that I make our meal plans months in advance, and taking away some of my ingredients for this week was not appreciated. Now I had to improvise with nothing but vegetables.
Like I said, the chicken was used in the main course just because you want extra beef. Look, I said beef, not live beef.
I'm just putting it out there that we could have had a nice, some kind of roast or something.
Instead, like I said, main course, sweet and savory chicken, egg, and almond pie.
Yes, Berline,
And
it's all set.
then the bowls of steamed grains with caramelized onions, raisins, stewed vegetables, tomato and cucumber salad, a hearty stew of lamb, carrots, potatoes, a basket full of crusty bread.
Of course. I did all of that to the point.
Very well.
Easy work for my talents, honestly.
Then go on and sit down and let me handle the rest.
Okay, but I'm saying if there's leftovers, we should like throw it to the zombies or something. I don't know. All right.
I'm sure there won't be any leftovers. Have you met Phaedrith? Phaedrith has a big, strange dog.
I don't meet people, Berline. I live in the kitchens.
Well, she will grab you by the shoulders and push you out.
Ugh.
You're meeting people today?
And she
Hello.
will guide you into the kitchen, out from the kitchen and into the dining room.
And he will walk over, and he will sit at the available chair.
Across from the table of you is a sack in a chair.
He looks at it as soup is served with a sack, and there's just so much anger.
Yes, you do watch as one of the ghouls makes their way forward and actually like pours a soup for them. And you would see a skeleton who has a spine that looks like it was grabbed and stretched like a noodle, or a second spine was added onto it. And you can see he has arms as long as 7 or 8 feet long, dangling and dragging on the floor as it walks by. That begins to walk in and serve across the table with these massive arms.
Phaedrith is just kind of like happily like doing little claps to themselves. Oh, I love this guy. I love when you bring him out.
Oh,
He's
you
my
do?
favorite.
Kind of looks over at him.
Do you remember his name?
Hell no.
She'll smile and say,
That's okay.
kind of like tries to get the skeleton's attention. At the moment, I assume it's giving a big loaf of bread to Halish. Halish is trying to wrangle it out from you.
Halish is not waiting for the bread to be given as he has taken it.
Just like
Yeah.
She goes, now, don't be rough with Ricci, okay?
Kind of like pulls him away.
Okay,
I'll be careful.
okay, good. You have any idea how hard it is to reach things in this place without Ricci?
Ricci. His
Yes,
name
she's
is
right.
Ricci.
The shelves are too high.
Hmm.
And she will sit down at her table and have herself be scooted in by what is clearly a severed hand that pushes her in on her behalf. It then begins to hop onto the table, and you see this little zombie hand walking on its fingers, going around and offering drinks, and clearly like flops on its back and like gestures if you want some.
It's really cute.
It points across the table at a drink. It even comes all the way over to you, Grimnir.
I just stare at it till it goes away.
As you stare at it, it waits, and it just slaps the table twice. Do you look at it again?
With the chop chop motion. Oh my god.
Slowly shakes his head.
It flips you off, and then it rolls over to the next person.
She smiles and says, now dinner is served, and I hope and implore that you'll have everything that is provided. But is there anyone here with peculiar tastes? I did prepare an extra bit of meat that was properly tortured before it was cooked, just so that the pain really sealed in the flavor.
Alicia's raising his hand eagerly.
It is raw, unfortunately. It hasn't been cooked.
That's no problem.
Okay, very good. And is there any other extenuating circumstances? Blood, brains? Fat? No?
He could use some water.
Oh, sorry. Very well.
Have you opened the sack yet, or no?
He kind of like undoes the little latch and kind of like opens up a little bit.
Okay. As you open up the latch, I assume the head is at the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume everyone sees that it is the skeleton of a very dead Uruxi.
I wait for it to move.
It does not move.
Phaedrith is extremely interested by these developments. Very visibly, like, gawking.
Okay. Very well, very well. All right. Oh, Phaedrith!
Eh.
Did you want me to bring the servant in? She's been properly tortured so you can feed on her.
Oh, that would be fantastic right now. You read my mind.
She snaps ahead, and you see the Major Domo begin to walk outside to go get her. All right. And before long, the poor servant is brought in and brought towards your side, and she is forced to go down on one knee beside you, beside your chair. And you see she stares up at you.
Phaedrith will kind of just, without much to do, and not even really looking at the servant, just kind of like one of their ghostly hands will go just above their scalp. And you can see like an energy exchange of some kind happening, and Phaedra's eyes will glow a very bright purple, and then they will sigh as if like they've just eaten a huge meal.
You see...
It takes about like 30 seconds for this to happen.
Yeah. You see the girl throughout it, her eyes roll back into her head, and she lets out a shuddering gasp during it. But by the time that it's over, you see her blink and look around, confused on maybe exactly where she is. And then she looks about and looks down towards her arms, and it's as though pain comes rushing back into her body. And Berline ushers her away.
Okay. Now that everyone's all set. Oh, you all look positively wonderful and a little bit confused. Have you not met each other? Oh, I'm so sorry. Come on. Brief introductions. let's start with you. Grimnir?
When I was brought here, I was under the assumption that you were going to eat me.
We were supposed
And-
to, but now we have to eat the vegetables.
Turns back.
Sorry.
And when you did, I would have hoped you choked on it. But now, I guess I will endure ever longer.
Yay!
I am called Grimnir.
Very good. Thank you.
And she will.
Slurps the soup.
She will gesture across the table.
Okay, now you.
This is Halish.
I'm Lish from Southshore. I am a cleric of Urgathaw. The soup is delicious, and he finishes off his. This is my sister Hasty. He gestures toward the bag. He's like, you don't want the soup? Okay. And he grabs a bowl of soup in front of the bag and just starts scarfing down it. It's really good.
I'm sorry she didn't want any herself. Thank you for making such a trip all the way from Sallow Shore. Nice to see you, Halish, and your
Sister,
sister. Oh,
she's all skin and bones. Well, minus the skin.
that's very, what's the word? Marrowing.
I want to bring that word back. Marrowing. She looks around at each of you as though, why aren't you laughing?
Phaedrith has definitely been laughing this whole time.
Okay.
I just didn't want to interrupt everybody.
No, you're welcome to laugh. Yeah, it's okay. She will look around at everybody to see if they've got a smile on her face from her joke.
Delicious smiling as he soups on the soup.
Okay. What about you? If they're not in a condition to introduce themselves, then Mr. Kolo?
Yes. Mr. Kurowski. I used to be a stitcher here in lovely Graydirge. Pleasure to meet you all.
Oh, he's
Nice.
being so, what's the word? Humble. Everyone, you're in the presence of the dread Hodad.
The what, Dad?
Hodad?
Kind of looks around.
You not know about the Hodad?
Like a hold down, or
No, Hodad. Go on, explain, Mr. Kolo.
Some circles thinks my hands are, well, of death and destruction.
Hodad. Hands of death and destruction.
Oh my
Who
god.
Dad and the Ho Dad. All right, the Who Do Dad, the Ho Dad Do Dad.
Kaz, we've talked about interrupting.
Sorry. I drink my soup.
Kaz, it's your turn to introduce yourself. Put your soup down.
Spits out the soup.
The poor hand, like it's covered.
I'm Casimir Kozlov. I make soup. He looks at Berline and he's like, "Is that good? Is it
Sure,
going?"
sure. If they want to think she's a chef, that's exactly it. That's okay.
I cook and I
Kill things
I-
dead.
I kill things good and cook.
Mhm.
You're welcome for your meals, by the way.
Thank you. And he continues digging
Thank
into the soup.
you.
Oh, and last, but certainly not least.
She looks around.
Me. Everyone knows
Wow.
me. I'm Berline, of course. And she like gestures to herself. I'm of the Blood Lords. I have important work with the Reanimators, and I am the only ruling operating Blood Lord in Graydirge, of course. Everyone else spends all their time in Mekatar. Far too busy all the time. There's so much fun to be had out here. And so many zombies to make work on. And speaking of which, I brought in someone that's not from the Reanimators or has necessarily a lot of favor with me, but I wanted to introduce you all to somewhat of an upstart. A friend from the Empty Threshold. Gestures to you, Phaedra.
Oh boy! Phaedrus will kind of like do the half-hand finger wave to everyone, like nonchalantly very happy to be there. Hi, everybody. So they kind of sit back and adjust their posture a bit. The full legal name is Phaedrus Sanzal, but nobody calls me that except my dad, and we don't talk about that. But you could call me Phaedrus, Fade, whatever, I don't care. My dog isn't here right now, but you'll see him eventually. He's kind of hard to miss. Champion of Zonkathun, so, and all of that entails. If you guys are looking for a little bit of suffering on the side, I got your back. And your front. And your sides. Oh, and I can also do this. And they kind of like hold up their hands, which are very transparent. They are ghostly in nature almost. And they can change them into different shapes, and they decide to just make it into a unicorn, just cause. Before coming back into hands.
Do they see where you're what's beyond that at all, or no? Is that hidden?
Beyond the hands?
Yeah.
No, they're so as far as their sleeves kind of roll back whenever they lift up their hands, it is their entire arms that are ghostly in nature. It goes all the way up to the shoulder. So they would not be able to see.
Okay. They clap.
Woohoo. I'm clapping.
Others push
Yes.
down the
Yes.
super-
It's not every time we get guests from the Cthulhites. Jeez.
Kind of like puts her hand away and says,
Thank you. And of course we have our number of quick halflings and Reacher's here, of course. I call him Reachy. And my Yerk, our major domo.
she gestures to all the servants that are going about doing all of the passing about, giving food. If anyone wants to give a sense motive on the people, you're more than welcome to, on their feelings of the situation. But otherwise, you can continue about your day. And we can continue.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna sense some motives.
Yeah, go for it. Berline seems well loved.
Uh-huh. Okay.
She will sit there, ladle up a little bit of food for herself, pulling it away from one of the hands.
Well, I hope you've been enjoying the meal.
And the disembodied hand is joined by 3 more that all crawl along the table, beginning to make their way around to scuttle off dishes to bring in more from the kitchen. They carry them on their palms back and then like drop it off and then continue to scrawl off the side of the table.
Phaedrus is absolutely delighted by these little disembodied hands. They kind of like look to one and look to Berline and be like, you have got to get me one of these.
Maybe. Depends on how this goes. I just wanted to say thank you all and each for joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed Kaz's meal, and if not, we can always turn you into a zombie. They're far less picky, right? Very low maintenance. Well, I guess they're not really low maintenance.
Except the one that works in the stables.
Exactly.
That was very high maintenance.
I agree. But when you don't have it controlled by someone as powerful as me of a corpse tender, then that's kind of what happens, which is, I suppose, why I've gathered you all here today. I am a necromancer by trade, and of course, for those that don't know, I am a bloodlord. And if you didn't know, that means that you weren't listening to me, which means I will turn you into a zombie. But for those that don't know what a bloodlord is, technically, it's a necromancer. So, a necromancer who's a powerful necromancer with also a lot of paperwork, responsibilities, and competition. That's the big difference. I'm also closely related with the reanimators. I am responsible for raising and maintaining the undead labor force that operates Graydirge's farms. We grow lots of food in Geb, not just for Gebites, for trade across the Inner Sea. I'm talking about actual people food like you ate today. I mean food for living people, not food that is living people. Zombie farmers are my business. That one's not my specific business, though that is a business, as many of you guys are aware, serving actual people. It's fine. The zombies don't run the farms. They just work the farms under the direction of my charge hands. It's a difficult and dangerous line of work, but it's possible to turn most zombies into relatively docile creatures with the right techniques. These charge hands keep the working zombies from shambling this way and that. And most of the charge hands are zombies themselves, actually, if you didn't know. In fact, they're zombies, but they've retained their personalities and memories. They do very good work. Now, however, in the last few days, I learned that some trouble has befallen one of my farms that supplies food from the people of Graydirge itself. Old Ergag's farm. It's built on the foundations of an old stone dwelling of some kind, and possibly it's as old as Graydirge itself. Well, the farm's been missing a few shipments, and I sent some workers to investigate, but they couldn't get too close. There were zombies roaming everywhere. I can't imagine any of the charge hands actually abandoning their duties, much less all of them. So I suspect foul play. That's where I want you to come in. I want you to go to Old Ergag's farm and put the place back in entirely working order. From the sound of it, the zombies caused a fair bit of damage. Broken enclosures, doors wrenched from hinges, crops trampled, charge holds slain. Fix what you can. Recover any food that's worth eating, and make sure the zombies can't do any more damage. And most importantly, I'd like you to find out what happened and report back. You should seek out Braddock. He's in charge. He's the only living member on the workforce, and he's a distant cousin of mine. You'll know him by his bare feet and his red hair. And if he's not there, look around and see what you can find out. As payment, of course, I'll do something that, all of you, I think, can get along with, She looks around excited.
Money.
Not money.
Freedom.
Food.
No, not that either.
Phaedrith isn't even guessing. They're just already like nodding enthusiastically, like they'll do it.
A raise.
No, not a...
Health benefits.
A quick death.
Insurance.
No. An abandoned manor.
A house.
A house, a whole manor, just outside the city. It came into my possession recently, and I can think of no better for it to use than to reward my new friends for their service. You all can dally out the ownership agreements and whatnot based on what happens there if any of you guys are still alive at the end of it. But that's the shindig. What do you think? What do you think?
So we
Quite
have to
generous.
Share a house.
A manor.
State.
A manor. Is this manor haunted, Berline?
There's rumors of it.
If it's not, it will be.
I've been wanting to move out for a while now.
I think it's time.
Sure. Okay.
Oh.
Berline's just like, I didn't know how to tell you this, but
Oh, I
I
will.
signed your eviction notice.
I will say, if you have any questions, I'll answer them best that I can. I know a lot about the farm. I've visited many, many times, and it's my responsibility.
Is your cousin supposed to be at the farm, and he is the one you lost contact with?
Yes. He owns the
Okay.
farm. He's the main charge hand, the only living one.
Right. And you mentioned that some of the zombies might be restless. If they end up being hostile towards us, do we have permission to destroy them?
Well, they're mindless. All of them would be mindless there. Look, their behavior is predictable, unless they're under someone's direct control. And the problem is that now they've broken that control. So, leave the zombies alone, if they're not acting aggressive towards you. Some of
If
them,
they're acting aggressive, we have permission to kill them?
if you can avoid disturbing them first, we can command them later without trouble. If they're agitated, you can destroy them or contain them. Either option is acceptable to me, as long as I can get back to farming.
How many mindless are there?
Oh, if it's the whole farm, at least 100.
Okay.
Alrighty. So contain them, or try to not agitate them.
Destroy them
Is
if you
there a
have
way-
to.
Is there a way to keep zombies not agitated? Do you have any kind of, I don't know,
Tips?
smelling salts or tips? Yeah, or some kind of drug or something to
Well-
sedate them?
They're really, really, really stupid. So all you have to do is throw a rock or make a noise or even just walk out in front of them. You should be faster than them. As long as you don't pin yourself into a corner, you should be able to guide them wherever you want.
In theory.
In theory. Now, whenever they become a big horde and they start looping around you, that's whenever you have an issue. Don't let it get that far. Keep them busy with something.
Okay. I guess we can do that. Like busy, like with a beef flavored.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or throw a corpse or some fresh meat and they'll get busy.
All right. Okay. Oh, I understand why you have given us brisket. That makes sense.
Exactly. You see why I thought it might be better to use it here than for dinner.
We could use it for both.
We'll find out.
I still don't know what that word means.
A brisket. It's a bit of a beef cutlet kind of deal.
Berline, there is a good chance we will die
Yep.
on this mission.
Yep. Oh, especially with Mazguda.
Ooh.
Mazguda. She's a massive and practically unkillable zombie boss cow that I raised myself from a little calf. She does the most
Hey.
strenuous labor on the entire farm. I warn you, she's resistant to everything. I trained her against everything to not be able to be taken down by anything. But if you have to put her down, she's broken from her charge end's control, then do what you must. But
Is Berline crying at this? Is Berline like have actual tears? Is this
No.
real? Okay.
she's getting there.
Okay.
Just my biggest recommendation for Moscuda is just keep your distance, plan carefully, and never let her get within reach to be able to charge you.
How big is the reach?
She points to the end of the table.
Oh dear.
How many feet is that?
Reacher, can you get me one of my
What?
feet?
Peachy.
And you would see Reach make his way over, and he grabs a clearly human leg that has been recently severed and hands it to her. She holds it up, Puts it down on the table. 30 feet?
Since Ricci has pulled out a leg, I just really want to backtrack. 'Cause I forgot to describe something about Casimir.
Yeah.
He has a prosthetic leg. It's, I just wanted to mention that real quick. He has a prosthetic leg and one real leg. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Musket is my favorite cow on the farm.
Well, we might have to put her down. Sorry.
If we try not to put her down, how do we contain an unstoppable beef?
Well, she should have a place that they hold her down for the night. Some kind of straddle, some kind of collar, some kind of big building that has like a restraint in it. Just get her in that.
Find the restraints.
Seems
There
easy
are no
enough.
restraints. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like looks
Where
at
are, where are the restraints, like, located on the farm?
Should be near the center, right by the big pen.
Okay, sounds good. So this will probably just take us a few hours. We go tie up the cow, find your half cousin or whatever, come back, and now we have our own house, right?
Yep. And I want you to make sure the whole farm is in working order by the time you come back.
What do you mean by working order?
I want the farm fields ready, some of the fences rebuilt if they're broken. I want the whole place ready for me to send some zombies in and just start tilling.
All right.
Old Irrigag's farm is as old as Graydirge itself, as is, if you believe the rumors. So we should bring it back to its respectable place.
Okay. Can we go now, or do you want to wait for dessert?
Oh, you can go now if you want. We can also have dessert, but, the zombies last forever, but, I won't. I'm very busy. Unless I change my mind about being a vampire.
Phaedrith kind of like winks at them.
I said no.
Nickety don't go.
Phaedrith is like nodding sagely the whole time while they thumb wrestle one of the disembodied hands. I'm down for whenever. Whenever the rest of you guys are ready.
We can take the dessert on the road, right?
By all means. I mean, I don't know exactly what the depths of old Irrigag's farm would entail. It's very ancient, very old. No one even knows who old Irrigag is himself.
We'll find out when we get there.
Really? Kind of like leans over. You mean it? You'd take that on, Mr. Colo? No one's ever learned about who old Irrigag is. Excellent. I tell you what, you learn who old Irrigag was, as you just promised me, and I'll give you a hand. And she gestures to the crawling hand on the table, and it just like looks at you, Mr. Colo, skitters over to look at Berline, flips her off, and then she giggles.
Oh my god, done.
Yeah.
Phaedrith is so excited.
Wonderful gift, indeed.
Before we get going, since there might be some kind of scuffle at this farm,
Mhm.
what do you all do?
Oh, please don't do
Only
that at my
you are,
table.
but-
Go do that while you're walking.
But the dessert, okay.
It's 16 miles southwest.
Are you going to give us horses?
Hmm?
A ride?
Pardon?
Like a ride to go the horse, like horses, or a steed of some kind.
You're really funny today, Kaz.
You're going to. I got little legs, Berline.
Phaedrith kind of like leans over to Kaz and whispers, "Don't worry, Garis is big enough to carry somebody."
Oh. Sure.
That you can ride the
Thank
meat.
you.
Right?
Ride the...
What?
No, I don't want to ride the meat. I will ride the dog.
She like shakes her head. The beef.
Yes, I know you're talking about
Grimnir.
Yes. Yes, I want to ride the dog.
Oh my goodness. And she like
He
Claire
is
moves around in the air.
really cute.
I'm more of a dog person than a beef person.
I'll ride the beef.
Grimnir, does he not get a say in this at all? Or really?
No, he is the beef.
Okay.
Use the brisket.
All right. Go on then.
All right, okay, we're going.
Do you all get up?
Phaedrus will definitely grab one of the disembodied hands and like forcibly give it a little high five before putting it back down.
Yeah. You hold it by its like wrist.
Yeah.
It like wriggles around before you can get the hand in there and then play it back. Berline just giggles.
Elish pours the glass of water into the bag for Hasty and then closes it up and has it to his side.
It
And then
drips
grabs
with
some
broth.
other food and puts it into a different sack.
Excellent. All right. And grabbing your guys' gear, everything you need. Mr. Colo, I assume you grab everything that you need. Politely.
No, yes. I grab my cane. I'm ready to go.
Anything else that you guys want to ask the Bloodlord, or no?
Yeah, Phaedrus would want to like make one last comment when everybody else files out. They'll kind of linger.
Okay. As you take your time, everyone else will funnel out, and you can see the ghoul in the very nice attire escort everyone else out. But as you linger, you'd see Berline say it right from the end of the table across. Yeah?
Do me a really big favor, ma'am, and I'll owe you one.
Okay.
Don't mention you know who to them, would ya?
You see a little thumbs up across the table at a distance.
Of course.
Thank you, ma'am. And then she'll kind of give like a little toodaloo wave and get out of there.
All right. And with that, each of you guys can head out on to old Berline Haldoli's estate. I assume you find Garis making friends with a zombie. And by
Yeah,
that,
he's probably
batting
like
it around?
gnawing on a leg bone or something.
Batting one around in the garden.
Yeah, little kitty baps.
Yeah. I mean, it gets up and it just keeps going. And he bats it back down, just gets up and it keeps going. It's like hitting like one of those robots. Just doesn't know what to do. Just keeps going. Infinite
Phaedrus will
entertainment.
Phaedrus will just kind of put their hand on their hips, be like, Garis, God, we're in good company, please. Fuck's sake.
Garis happily jumps towards you all, bounding along the way. Grimnir, I assume you've shuffled out as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Grimnir, you make your way outside, and the beautiful daylight hits you over the rest of this rotten town as you look down towards the rest of this group that you're going to be walking with. At least you'll be outside for a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
I need a weapon.
He walks over to a nearby rotted tree. Starts yanking it back and forth until it comes free.
Okay. No, put it down.
He looks at you. He doesn't put it down.
He needs a weapon.
I have. You can have mine. Okay.
Yours is small.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Oh, no.
The size of your weapon is small.
Oh,
We can hit the market and buy something for you then.
This will suffice.
Are you
We do
sure?
not have much time. Oh, yes.
I mean, we have lots of time. We have to, like, fix the place.
Yes, and it's 16 miles.
Which, I guess you guys are expected to walk.
I am getting on the dog.
Oh, that's
Hello.
right. I should introduce you, Garis.
The massive creature makes its way forward. It is not as tall as Grimnir. Probably Grimnir, I think it would go up to what, your like hip, mid-chest area? Maybe lower than that, even. It's just really long and really big.
Yeah, it's a long
Yeah.
boy.
As it makes its way forward. It shuffles ahead, and as it does, you can see that it is long, quick, and you get the feeling more speedy than it is strong. It is also strange with no eyes.
Hello, creature.
You can definitely see the patterns on the horns too. Will kind of like shift very subtly. They are always moving. And Phaedrus will hear Kaz's comment and kind of like tilt their head. What do you mean strange? He's just a dog.
No, I greeted him. I said, hello, creature. I want to roll a recall knowledge on the dog.
Go for him.
I don't have a token on this map. Hang on.
I think you just roll like abstract recall knowledge.
It won't let me open.
Oh,
the recall
okay.
knowledge, unfortunately.
Huh.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Recall knowledge. There we go. I know that looks like it sent as Ren, but I promise that was me.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I have. Oh, I wonder if that rolled with Phaedra. I have control over Phaedra's sheet, unfortunately. So like, I'm.
Do you?
If I have,
Oh,
I have them-
yippee!
I like click them by accident. I apologize. I'm just gonna re-roll that just using Casimir, because I think I used it as Phaedra.
I can just.
You should no longer have control.
Excellent, wonderful. Sorry about that.
Okay. Would you re-roll it if it was bad?
No, there'll be plenty of other opportunities.
Okay. Let's see. As you look up at it, it is, by all intents and purposes, weird as shit. Immediately you don't know exactly what it is. But if anyone would like to re-roll using hero points, that might help.
I would definitely volunteer the fact that Phaedrus 100% believes this is actually a dog. They are not being facetious.
I believe them. I just right now Casimir's focused on a goal. I will find out what this dog is eventually. Just like, not right now. It's not as not a pressing issue. You know what I mean?
Halish, you know what it is.
Ooh.
My God, that's a hell of a roll you got there. Would you like me to tell you in private, or do you want me to tell you in right now?
Let's keep it in private here.
Sure, sounds good. You recognize what it is? It is a strange and exotic meal, that's for sure. As you look ahead.
Meal?
Huh?
Mhm.
Sorry. As you guys move ahead.
My dog.
I think this...
Does Kaz like stamp their foot when Grimnir rips the tree out of the ground? Like, you really upset that I took the tree?
No, he wanted you to have a proper weapon.
Oh.
Not because you destroyed property.
Oh.
All right. And together you guys can be ushered off and quickly heading through the Bloodlord's Grace. Now, the Bloodlord's Grace is a section of Graydirge that is literally just a small expansion of tents and homes that was built very quickly, and it is actually controversial. Since Berline asked for it to be done out of a housing crisis, but many Bloodlords and people within Graydirge have tried to stop her because rapid expansion is not befitting of someone of her station, nor Graydirge's. But it probably has given Grimnir and you, Kaz, like a place to live. You probably live in one of her the Grace's area. Is there any stops you guys do want to make before heading out to Old Irgag's farm, or you guys want to head out?
I do want to make a stop.
Mhm.
See if we can get an actual weapon for.
I don't think you have the money. I'm gonna be so
Okay.
real with you.
Yeah,
It's
the
double
only
money.
reason
It's-
the only reason I did that is because that's what I took as my starting from.
I got
Oh, which is love.
Yeah,
I got 10 gold.
because I couldn't afford an actual weapon
Okay.
because of largeness.
I have one
like-
goal.
Like,
So how much would a large like great axe be for him?
14?
don't do that. Stay to wood, like a great club.
That
Go
is
with cheap options.
That's what we got, guys.
That's what the
We
log
fi-
is.
we figured it out.
Oh.
The log is a
Okay.
great club.
I just wanted to roleplay it.
It's okay. It's okay. He's got a weapon. I'm not
We
killing
wanted
Killing
to
him.
take
armor.
care- wanted to
I
take
also
Yes,
care
have
of
my
our
horns.
boy.
He's got horns. He's got
Horns
armor.
Horns are pretty good.
He's got horns. He's got armor. And he's got a great club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's okay. He's got like 20 AC. Okay, he's like 7 over me.
Well, it's because I'm currently holding a table in the future.
We should probably look for like supplies that we could purchase to repair, like nails, maybe some tools, boards.
Manual labor?
I'm
There
gonna
might
assume they
be
have
some
that
at the farm. Yeah.
Wow, how could you know that? That's really weird. Yeah. Yeah, you would know that these zombie farms are they fix everything on their own. They do everything on their own. The charge hands that control the zombies, they repair the place. You should be good as long as you guys can just get there and figure out what's going on.
All right.
With my 4 gold, can
Mhm.
I buy a scroll?
Depends on the scroll and depends on where you want to go to. There's not many markets here in Graydirge, if not any at all.
Okay. I feel like soothe would be a very common spell here.
Not in
Would that be
Graydirge.
correct? Really?
No.
Okay.
The scroll
Okay.
I can tell you some of the shops that are in Graydirge if you want.
I'm trying to. My main goal is to try to get any healing potions or a way to heal ourselves if we need to.
Okay.
If that helps narrow
Like
down
an
your,
elixir of life.
yeah, elixir of life or soothe scroll or something. Before we run off and hurt
The
ourselves.
quick have it bad.
Yes, you do. You guys don't have many methods of healing. So you would know that there is in the Reservoir of Tears oils of unlife. So that
Okay.
is for healing. There is healing out there for that. Elixirs of life and healing potions are not allowed in Graydirge, as that is some healing. They do
Not even heal. Elixir of life. I thought elixir of life was a chemical. Does it do vitality?
It is alchemical, but there is no such alchemical markets in
Oh man.
Graydirge. There is meat markets which have some meat, that'll restore you after a long night's rest. Smile.
We're gonna be stuck at this farm forever.
We sure are.
Better get comfortable in that shed we're in.
If
The
you
barn.
wanted to try to find something that involves healing the living, you will need to go look for an underground market and try not to get caught doing it.
Oof. I don't know if I'm ready to break the law that quickly.
Mm.
I am. Whenever you guys are ready. I'm down to do a crime.
I'm not up to do
Inconspicuous.
crime yet. I'm a good law-abiding citizen of Gib. I don't want to do crime yet.
I'll just
Alright.
stitch you up.
Sounds good. And with that, I'll assume that together you grab your things walking through Graydirge's streets, which is filled with the dead everywhere. Ghouls walk around the streets, unarmed, waiting, hoping, watching for creatures like all of you to let your guard down for just a moment. You see Quick, wearing servant's attire, trying to rush forward towards their undead overlords. And as you make your way quickly out, because it is so close the exit, I assume you head out as fast as you can into the farmlands where you can defend yourself and also be free.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, that is where you go. And as you head out, I want you to know that the surrounding areas of Graydirge is strange. You should see it on the map here. To the north of Graydirge, everything is sickly, dead. The ground itself is marked by the decay from the war between Nex and Geb. But to the south, in the southwest here, things are moderately better. There is some life in the grass, but no trees around. Instead, as you move, you can see that there are farmlands that defy all logic. This place, it's dead, dying, and yet what crops grow from these tilled soils flourish. As you make your way outside this large outcropping, heading towards the hinterlands in the valley, past the stone and bone walls of other farms and estates, it's an old, dusty road that heads out into the hills, full of the dead and more. And so, as you guys begin to make your way out there, it is a long journey, 16 miles after all. But I think, before we do anything else, I'll give you guys an opportunity to talk amongst each other when we come back from 15-minute break.
Alrighty.
Sorry, my timeline's all screwed because we had like 30 minutes of fucking technical difficulties. But I'll bring you guys over to the break time. Sounds good?
Alrighty.
Do you guys want to be left heard, or do you guys want to make your pleas 5 minutes before the break ends?
I'll make my play real quick. It'll take me 2 seconds.
Yeah, make your pleas for how if you want to hear a point in the poll.
Alright, you all know me. I'm Casimir. I am making your soup. Please be kind to your chef.
Mm-hmm.
They make your food and put poison in it if you displease them.
Ooh.
That's it. I'm going to get some soup now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, any other pleas before I bring us over to break?
It's me, Halish. I have 2 hit points.
Oh, everyone's at max hit points going into this.
No,
I'm currently at max.
In the future,
In the future, I'll
he
have
is-
Anyone else? Anyone else? No? No?
The
Listen,
whole
don't
body
I think-
dies
listen, Halish.
if the doctor dies.
True. I'm undead. I don't need the doctor. I
Say
think
that
we should give
now.
a hero point to my dog.
Mm-hmm.
He needs it.
I mean,
He's
the wizard.
hungry.
All right.
The wizard.
In that case, we will head over to break. And any mods out there, please bring up the poll. See you in 15. All right, the source is broken. Give me one moment. And fixed. All right, are we ready to jump back to? Who won our poll?
There's a tie between Halish and Kolo.
Make your pleas then.
Mr. Kolo, if you would like to go first.
Mr. Colo?
A point for me is a point for all.
Okay. And what about you, Halish?
I'll agree on that if he, promises to also use it to heal me later.
No promises.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Then roll off then. If you do not concede to one another, then you will die together. Oh, 17? 5? Halish, you snatch it from him.
That sounds good.
All right, take your extra hero point and knock it on. You ready?
Yep.
Very well. All right. As you 5 now, properly feasted and sated, walk to the southwest of Graydirge, breaking off from the Bloodlord's grace and the bone walls that surround it. You head towards, and no one questions you on the way out, because nobody questions anyone leaving. Towards Old Irrigag's farm. Now, it's only 16 miles away, which is a time that you guys can do. You can't make it all the way back today, but you can certainly make it back tomorrow. If you're still alive, that is. So, would anyone, as you wander through the cursed plains with no mountains to sight save small hillsides and quiet farms made of bone walls that you can't see into, that moan from the inside. You've got quite a time together. What are you each doing while you travel on this quiet road?
I think we were supposed to take you left back there.
Why I left?
I don't know. That's what the map says, I think.
Oh.
Oh, wait, it's upside down.
Reaching into his bag, or one of his bags, and constantly eating little bits of food.
We're going the right way. Phaedrith's just kind of like chilling, sort of slouched over Garrus's neck. I can smell the dead from here. And that ain't just me.
Smell death is always here.
It's different. Different flavors. Gotta expand your palate, Mr. Cola? What?
Kowalski. But yes.
That one.
The Who Dad.
In some circles.
What is a Who Dad? Oh, I slipped into the accent again. What is a Who Dad?
Yep, is that you?
Some of my rivals think my hands of destruction instead of healing.
Destruction instead of healing.
Yes, because I was a stitcher for many years.
Yummy.
So
What do you
just,
do now?
You destroy the stitches?
Now, I am retired.
Oh, that is fair. You do look like you're like 85.
77.
A stitcher, like a flesh stitcher?
Yes, one and the same.
Oh, okay. I might have you redo my face. Stitches are a little messy these days. And they kind of like tug at one of the strings.
It threatens to sag.
It does seem a little loose.
Yeah, well, when you do it yourself, it's do the best you can, right?
So, like I mentioned back at the house, there might be some kind of scuffle at the farm. I can take it that you are some kind of mage, Dr. Colo.
I am a man of knowledge.
Alright, will you be standing there and just talking to us through the whole combat, or are you going to be casting spells of some kind?
I knew a few party tricks. But if you need me to get rid of many zombies, no. You're better off alone.
Perhaps we can party trick the undead into getting into a pen or something. And
Seems like it'd be easy enough.
I'm going to assume that you three, he points at Grimnir, Herlish, and Phaedrith. Those weapons that you carry, I can assume you're some kind of butchers?
I've been called that before.
I've not. I am a cleric of Urgathoa, as I previously stated. My duty
Yes,
to
but
make
you
sure.
hit people with that scythe, right?
Oh yes, of course. It's my duty to make sure that anything that dies comes back.
Wonderful. And Grimnir, I take it you're going to hit things with that log, right?
I endure.
He snaps off a piece of like the little branch, making it more
Yes.
aerodynamic.
Yes, you do, buddy. Yes, you do.
Elish hands a bit of
Until I escape this underworld.
This
hands a bit of food over towards Grimnir, his offering.
He does not take it. Do you at any point attempt to try and ride him?
He asks, it's like, so am I allowed to ride you?
He just stares at you.
Is that a no?
Continues walking.
I'd offer you a spot on Garrus, but it's a little packed up here. With me and
Goddess is
Kaz.
my new favorite. They are very nice.
Oh,
What do they eat?
whoever's really the flavor of the day, to be honest. It depends. You could give them animals, you could give them people, you know, just anything with a heartbeat. They tend to prefer the living.
I will admit I prefer to make my food prepared and seasoned with spices.
Oh, they
But if
love
Gara-
spicy things.
Ooh, oh, no, not those kind of. Okay, I will see what I can do.
You know, once I seasoned a whole set of steaks as to, like, you know, like party guests, right? Because I don't need that shit. And this stupid dog, and Phaedrus kind of like happily smacks the side of his neck, ate the whole batch in one fell swoop. You would not believe the tongue on this guy.
So who ate the steaks?
The dog!
Oh, I thought you said that the dog ate the party guests.
I mean, he probably would have. You know, he's well behaved though. He's a good boy.
Is he able to fight anything, or is he simply your mount?
Oh, he can fight. He fights better than I do sometimes. Kind of impressive.
He will be useful then.
He's already useful, isn't that right, Garis?
It lets out, I assume, what you can imagine to be some kind of purr.
Yippee!
Yes, isn't that right, Goris, you cutie pie? I do that correctly.
You did. And there is definitely some tail wagging going on.
The commotion of the tail wagging isn't the only commotion that you guys hear out here, however. As if maybe spurred on by your talking, maybe by the movement of a massive tail, the breaking of a massive log, there's a commotion in a field nearby. The steps here are usually silent. Aside bugs lured by the undead city, buzzing around in swarms so dense you could confuse them with the sparse dead trees in the hills. But two people seem to be arguing about something. And as you can see, a small fence made from femurs is all that blocks them between each other. An old, quick man wearing a straw hat is pointing a pitchfork at a skinny, malnourished ghoul. And you hear, as you get closer,
Hey, get away from her, you filth! I don't care if the High Governor comes down to judge me and send her to the meat gardens. You won't get another hair from her.
the ghoul kneels down to what appears to be a corpse, which his head is half eaten to its very face, that is between the fence and it.
You should watch your words, farmer. I found her. She's mine. Don't forget you're at our disposal here.
What do you do?
And we're just walking past, right?
Yep. They do notice you guys starting to walk up, however.
Alush lets out a whistle as he approaches and gestures them towards him and the fence.
Do we want to get involved with it?
Well, we gotta maybe find out more about Urgak's farm as well. Maybe he knows something.
Is
I figure
this
slide
on
off
the
of
farm,
the-
or is this like a distance away from the farm?
Oh, you're
I'm
not
sorry, I'm
even
just trying to
like
understand.
you're not even like 5 miles into the journey yet.
Oh, okay.
This is a way different farm. This is just on the road.
Phaedrus will kind of shrug. I'm down to get my hands dirty if you guys are. We got some time.
Let's see if we can solve this diplomatically first. We'll, please, before we start cutting people down.
Fine.
There's an order to these things. Laws in
Mhm.
place.
As each of you approach, you watch the pitchforked wielding human kind of keep his hand steady, and the lean ghoul that looks malnourished kind of pulls back. But you can see her claw is close towards the corpse. They watch you guys approach, and the ghoul turns back. The farmer says, "Oh, now! Oh! Oh!
What seems to be the problem here?
My daughter. She's dead. Killed overnight. I found her body and this ghoul was eating its face. She deserves a proper burial."
You know that doesn't happen in Graydirge.
Polish gods.
Improper
is your-
raising.
The ghoul snarls and says,
Yes, I have the right. I found the corpse first. It's my dinner.
Phaedrus will kind of like cock their head and look at the farmer. This is all your property right now? This is your land?
yeah.
I'm assuming you don't belong to anyone, do ya?
Do you want to give me a sense motive, Phaedrus?
I sure do. Pew.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no, I don't like the way you said that.
Phaedrus.
Uh-huh.
He's lying.
Uh-huh.
That's not his daughter. That's his next sale at the meat market.
Okay. A very interesting twinkle will get into Phaedrus' eyes, and they grin, and it's lopsided because of the scar on the corner of their mouth, but it's still all fang. You know, there's not a lot that I don't like in this world, but I really don't like liars. So, would you like to try again? On what the fuck is going on, or...
You see the man kind of like take a step back, and the ghoul looks over.
Yes. With me. Let me handle this one. Creature upon a creature.
Kind of gestures up towards you, Phaedra. The man says, "No. No. I'll take her to Graydirge. I'll make sure I won't bury her. I'll make sure they put her on the wall so I can see her. It's my daughter. I can't bear to see her become just a monster."
A monster, huh?
Monster?
He like pulls back, and the ghoul turns her head. Would anyone,
Perhaps
including
it's best to run along.
Mr. Colo, and anyone else that is aware of the laws within Geb, can roll me a society check if you want to know how this situation should go.
Oh no, I'm stupid.
Oh no.
We got
If you are native to Geb, that will come into play. You know.
Should it be a blind roll? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Blind.
All right. Kaz, are you native to Geb?
I am.
All right. Mr. Colo?
Of Geb? No.
Okay. All right. Halish, you know more than anyone how this should go. The ghoul isn't in the right either. The fundamental rule of Geb is that anyone who dies on Geb soil is the property of Geb himself, and by extension, the reanimators. It is their right to be raised as dead work, military, or infrastructure.
Alright, so here's what's gonna happen. The both of you are gonna take that corpse back to Graydirge, and you're gonna take it to the reanimators, and you're gonna make sure that it gets raised. Both of you.
Yes, yes, I'll go with them, with both of them.
The farmer takes it back. No, I'm not going with the creature. Lead me on the way.
You're
I
right.
thought you were worried about
probably
your
will.
daughter.
Phaedrus kind of like perks an eyebrow. That ghoul will definitely make a meal. The living one and the dead one. If we let them go alone.
We'll just be taking the corpse then.
Good enough for me. And Phaedrus just kind of like hops off Gar's, ready to take it up.
Okay.
I do want to inform both of you that if you are caught attempting to break the law again, you will be reported directly to the Bloodlord here. Is that understood?
The ghoul kind of begins to step forward and then looks back towards you.
I intimidate him, if you allow me.
Yeah, go for it. She's
Ooh, can I aid for that?
yeah, if you guys want to aid.
Sure. Go and roll an aid check
Phaedrus,
for
give me
for a
that
roll.
give me that intimidation. I want to see if you can.
Ooh,
19, that's enough, so you get a +1.
1.
Oh Jesus, a 26.
Oh no, I added the +1 in there already. Just 25.
Oh, okay, 25. You watch the ghoul go to kind of step forward. You can see it is malnourished and it wants dinner more than anything. But as she catches your eye, both of your eyes and the rest of your group, she backs off a little bit, pulling her claws into the dirt.
Not worth a meal.
And she kips off into the steps. I assume you all let her go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I turned to the farmer who's still here.
Thank you.
No, don't thank us. The same goes to you. If we attempt you, we catch you attempting to smuggle corpses to the meat market that have died on the Geb soil, you'll be reported as well. Is that clear?
By the time you finish saying meat market, he's dropped his pitchfork and he ran.
Phaedrus, I would like to roll to catch them with the chain whip, please.
Sure, give me a strike.
Yippee! Please, 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 please.
Oh yeah, he's just a person. that's just a farmer on the thing. He gets.
So, as Phaedrus trips them and he falls flat on the ground, Kaz is gonna give a very grateful nod to Phaedrus and walk very casually over to him, who's prone, and he's gonna lean over. I need an answer before we let you go. Is that clear?
I don't have a farm anymore. My crops are. I just found
I
her
don't
and
care. Is that clear?
yes. And he,
I reach into my pouch where my weapon is stored, and I pull out 2 gold pieces, and I just throw it at him.
oh, he looks at it curiously. He says, "Thank you, thank you," and he will run.
2 silver would have been enough.
I don't have silver on me. I don't carry change.
That poor ghoul left without me being able to give him a snack.
I
Everyone
also
must
wanted to
use
give them a
wage.
snack, but they left so quick, so
You've wasted money.
They didn't get a handout. Wasted money. Ugh. It's not a. As someone who is currently employed, I don't mind assisting those who are less fortunate.
Halish,
Careful, or he'll come back begging for more.
Good. I can make him do things.
Always good to have a favor in the back pocket.
Sometimes compassion is a greater knife than intimidation.
It's an invitation for spies, is what it is.
Halish,
Hmm.
are you wanting to throw some meat out into the fields for a poor ghoul?
Yeah, he takes one of the bags he has and scatters about some meat of unknown origin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you toss it into the field in the direction that the ghoul was in, you know they'll smell it from a mile away.
Good.
Okay. I assume you both go up and go grab the half-eaten woman's face, like her body.
Yeah.
Okay. Collecting it, and I assume putting it on Gara's, or if someone else is wanting to carry it.
Yeah, we'll put it on the back of Gar's. Sorry,
Okay.
Kaz, your seat's taken now.
No.
All right. You have a body to return to the reanimators at your earliest convenience. All right. And you guys continue along your trek?
Mhm.
All right. You just see the straw hat of the man running away, and you can just see the small amounts of, like, the cornfields breaking from the ghouls, sprinting in the opposite direction. And you all push forward. You guys talk about what happened at all, or?
What about you guys? Phaedra's more personally interested in getting to know who they're adventuring with.
Kaz is upset he can't ride that dog anymore.
Oh.
He's definitely pouting a little bit, but he's trying to act cool and tough. But it's not working out too well.
Okay. Any conversation you wish to have before I bring you to Old Eargag's farm?
I'm trying not to
yeah.
collapse.
Well, it's walking.
You guys want to play any kind of traveling games, like I Spy?
What are we spying on?
I spy with my little eyes something brown and wavy.
Is it the wheat?
Yes.
I
Phaedra
spy
has
with
no idea
my
what's
little
going on.
eye. Something tall and grainy.
Is it
The
the
wheats?
wheats?
It is the wheats.
Be more entertaining to do it to I Dread instead of I Spy.
And I dread.
Yes. Like I dread running into any vampires.
Huh. Phaedra kind of snickered. A little late for that one.
I dread finding out I've run out of salt in the middle of meal prep.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can cover you. I have some spells prepared for such things.
Salt?
You can make salt.
I can cook or heat food, I guess. I can flavor it.
Artificially, though, right?
Well, yes, but
Okay, well, that's not real cooking now, is it, Elish?
I suppose not.
Oh, you're all organic, huh?
But it's you have to make do.
Casimir does a hair flip again, really dramatically.
So, while we're on the topic of food, I was just curious, and Phaedra will kind of reach to peer over to Grimnir. Hey, big guy, what's your favorite thing to eat?
Stops.
Uh-huh.
He thinks. I don't know.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
You don't know. You haven't had much culinary experience, huh?
No.
Yeah, that's fair. Me neither. I haven't been able to taste food for hundreds of years, actually. So, shrug.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is. All right. What about you, Mr. Doctor, Sir, Man, Dude, Kolaski? That's the one.
What about food?
What's your favorite dish?
Probably a bowl of mixed nuts with maybe an orange.
Please say plum.
Cranberry.
Cranberry and
Prunes.
prune
Plum
juice.
orange.
Yeah. All right. Down to earth, natural taste. All right, you and Kaz will get along at least. Your organic taste.
Yes, goes very well with imported pesh.
All right. What about you, lizard man?
A hard choice between elf and human.
Elf Phaedrus is sweating right
The-
now.
the,
In another
The
universe.
The arm meat and leg meat is pretty good.
Never tried elf. And naturally, I can't leave out our favorite resident chef. Surely you gotta have a favorite dish. Everything you've ever cooked, right?
Are you asking for my favorite meal or my most prideful creation?
Favorite meal.
Beef stew with carrots and broccoli.
Huh. You know, I used to know someone who loved just the same thing.
It is a family recipe of mine.
Good to know. Good to know. And then Phaedrus will kind of like slouch back onto Garrus, using the corpse as a pillow, completely done.
Garrus, like, lets out a trill. And, Phaedrus, you're really hankering for some pig meat.
Phaedrus will kind of make a disgusted noise. Really? Pig? Is it just because we're on a farm? Like, come on, man. And they'll kind of like nudge the back of their boot behind Garrus's head. Such a pain.
As you move, Garrus continues. And as you stumble your way through Graydirge's hinterlands down amidst the foothills of the Shattered Range, the farm is on the way to precisely nowhere, is where you're going right now. This low foothills, they sprawl with tillfield nestled, but it's mostly wheat, barley. There's some tubers, peas, and lentils. You can see in some more exotic farms with walls you can get over. You imagine that there's walls around every farm so that zombies don't make their way through. But the hinterlands are filled with outcroppings, rocky or bristly shrubs where every once in a while you can see that there are zombies from other farms that clearly have gotten stuck, waiting to be picked up by their farmers, like sheep that have been lost in the pasture.
Oh.
It's a common sight. And as you get closer and closer to where, Earl Irgag's ancient farm lies, you do see it. A large rocky outcropping that dominates the center of the valley, where an ancient high stone wall encloses a compound on the valley floor at the northwest corner of the outcropping. It must be Old Irgag's farm. And as you make your way forth, you see, despite this even harsher climate, the crops are healthy and vibrant. Narrow paths branch from the main road and into the fields, but the road itself leads to a sturdy iron-wrought gate in a 20-foot-high wall of weathered red stone. Several low stone buildings stand silent around a trampled yard beyond the gate where 2 human corpses in soiled, ragged clothes lie. One sprawls face down in the dirt, and the other slumps on the gate with its arms hanging through, its head jammed awkwardly against a small gap between the iron gates. And that's where I'll bring you guys back over to a familiar map. It's also where I will give you an option. As a party, would you like either A, to be thrust back into the exact position you were with the same health that you were at, in the same position you were in, but with the knowledge and in the middle of the farm? Or would you guys like to take this from the beginning and chance changing your fate in some way, shape, or form? Both have their perks. I'm curious either way.
I would definitely chance starting it over and getting a different outcome. I don't know about you guys.
I feel like the right answer is to chance starting it over, but I like the storyline of us failing.
Just dying off the gut.
We can go around 2. That's fine.
I'm up for whatever.
I would say keep the current timeline. When you try and change fate, it usually ends up worse.
Oof.
But I feel like I'm already outvoted, so there you go.
I didn't even get a clear answer on what the votes were, but so you've got one for changing fate. Phaedra, how do you feel?
I said potentially changing fate. I was the one that said potentially changing fate. I think Halish, you said you wanted to keep it the same?
I'd go either way.
Okay. Cass said they would go either way. Darby?
We can go around 2. Start
Okay.
over. Yeah.
Start over.
Oh, okay, start over.
All right, I would like.
And-
Then that sounds like everyone wants to start from the beginning. Change fate, right?
No.
Oh.
Red wanted to stay the same.
Ah.
2 can go either way, and 2 of us want to start over. So
So
We're at
votes in
an
favor of
impasse.
starting, to start it over.
I'm sorry, Red. I thought that you said that you wanted to start over. I apologize.
No, I was the opposite, but no, it's fine.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we want to go from the beginning, and that's totally okay. I do not mind. It gives you guys a chance to do whatever you wish. And let's be real here. More than honestly, I'm pretty sure you're going to end up in the exact same position in a very quick amount of time. But
Fantastic.
I guess if I had a preference, it would be start where we were.
ah,
Makes sense. But I just want to throw that out there. But I also don't really care either way.
So now we are at a tie. We're at an impasse
now-
regardless.
Now I've ruined it for everyone. I'm sorry.
okay.
It's only if you guys like. Okay, it really ultimately, I feel like it should be up to Grimnir and Halish, because Halish, you were gonna be at 2 HP, and Grimnir, you also had a hit taken. So like, depends
That's
on
true.
what you guys are okay with.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was just a regular hit. It wasn't like a crit. I feel like I'm gonna get crit.
We're gonna get hit anyways, right?
Maybe
Okay.
not. Nah, maybe not if we start over.
So if we
All
get
right.
crit the first round, then we all can look at Ren and go, "We told you so."
Told me. Wow. All right.
I'm okay. I'm okay starting over. That's fine with me.
Nah, let's go back to how we were. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm good
Back
with
to
it.
how we were.
Back inside.
Very well.
Barn.
All
Come
right.
on with us.
So this is in the world that you guys walked through the gate, were attacked by 2 zombies immediately, and rushed forward to get to the cover of the stomping grounds. As you rushed towards the stomping grounds, there was a massive explosion. Not of actual explosives, but from Mos Gouda breaking free from her trough. As she broke
no.
free, she would rush into the stomping ground, pin you guys into the corner, and then run you into it. So you guys haven't been here all too long, but you have now been sent into this tool shed, seeking refuge from Mos Gouda, the boss cow. And as you all pant and panic, I assume you're all in a state at the moment, not in a, I wonder how this will go kind of state.
Yeah.
All right.
What in the name of Gab?
That was one fucked up cow.
Well, she wasn't lying when she said it was a strong ass cow, I guess.
Kaz is gonna start rummaging through this shed to see if there's anything useful in here that could help us restrain a cow.
Is that horn still stuck through the door?
Yes, it is wriggling.
Can
Move your dog.
wait. Can Garis break that? Can Garis break the other horn off?
You want to reach up and try to, like, wrestle it out?
Yeah, I want to see if we can break it.
You can give me an athletics check to try.
Okay. Let's see here.
I will.
Right, you two. If we're gonna do this, I need you
No.
not in pieces.
I'll agree on that.
I'll get out my kit.
What is your kit made up of?
Hmm?
What's the kit made up of?
The kit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a leather bag with
Oh.
searchers, string, needles.
That for
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. This is really.
Oops, you're gonna have to reveal that one.
Oh, what happened?
They're private.
Oh, it was amazing. It was a critical success for 13
wow.
HP over the course of. Is this battle medicine or is it just 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
I'll assume that this is like the time that you guys thought about everything that's happened so far was actually 10 minutes. Like in theory, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
What did my.
I'll go through the storeroom really quick. So shelves, racks filled with things, various farming, gardening implements cluttered with space, rakes, hoes, wheelbarrows, bags of soil, buckets of nails, rope, hammers, saws, and the like. All of it seems in good order. As you try and wrestle it, it feels like you move the cow through the horn more than anything else, as though it's like built into the entire frame and skull, far more than a normal would be. And as you thrash it back and forth, it threatens to stab into Garis. And as it goes left and right and left and right, you come to the realization, Phaedrith, that that thing ain't coming off without some kind of implement to slice it off. As you wrestle it to and fro, you can shove, however, the horn out, and you hear Moscow let out a as she rushes away to continue stomping about the farm.
Yeah.
After Haywish, I'll come over to Grimir and start work. You have a lot of scars already.
Do you think it wise to wait?
Oh, some of the miners wander about a little bit, spread out. Could make our job a little easier.
I would like to
Very
roll a
well.
recall knowledge on what I know about the big cow.
Sure, I'll allow you one out of combat with it.
Nice.
You're just so tall. It's hard to reach up there.
Let's see. What would you like to know about Mosgudo?
Their AC.
15.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I revealed it in your bestiary.
Is there a hotkey for that?
No, I believe it's in the actors tab, and then you go bestiary tracker. All right. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties again. So continue if you want. I can tell you what's in here as well.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So, inside this shed, you can see that they are neatly organized in good repair. This is the only spot in the entirety of Old Eargag's farm that you've seen so bit that hasn't been traditionally destroyed by zombies. It takes no effort on the part of you guys to set it any more right than it is. This thing is perhaps the best HQ, if you will. Nothing here has any meaningful value, but it would be perfect for conducting any repairs. And if you'd like to use any creativity for repair kits or anything that you'd find in such a farm tool shed, then you can just ask me and you'll probably be able to get it.
So it's probably helpful if we, after we clear out the farm.
This would be
can
very
come here
useful,
to-
yes. This has everything that you were thinking of that you needed, you know? The nails, the ropes.
Clear out the farm. Not our job.
Oh, well.
What's to
you
put
know
them
what I mean.
back in their cages?
Well, we can't do much with that bull running around.
Yes, and even some of the buildings around here were, well, not in exactly best repair. Is it my thought that the giant fence out here that we were in, the big square fence, was that where they probably kept all 100 of these zombies?
No, there is multiple barns that you saw while on the outside of the area.
So
But it is one of the
Big
bigger
barns.
areas, yes. The big farm.
Well, Berline said that these zombies are rather dumb. I can assume the bull might be the same. Perhaps we can distract it with a rock or a noise elsewhere. Dr. Colo, you said you had party tricks. Do you have any kind of party tricks that would throw sounds?
Well, sort of. I don't think it would work on it though. If you could
All
understand
right.
our language, well, I could speak to it.
I could too, yeah.
I meant in its mind.
Oh.
Do you think I could use Garth's ability on this thing, since it is a mindless undead? I'm assuming no.
No. There's nothing to get into. And if anyone knows that more than anyone, it's Grimnir. Grimnir stared down Musguda, and there was nothing behind its eyes.
That is true.
They look for
It's
the
been more than a
farmhands
minute, yeah.
too, though.
Right. Perhaps we should avoid the bull for now and find Berline's cousin.
There was a light in the cave.
Light?
Right? Where was this cave?
I assume it was a cave. If it was not a cave, you can correct me. But
No. So over there, what you would have seen is this massive kind of cut in, like very clearly artificially made, cut into that massive. Remember, I was describing the valley, that there's a big foundational pillar of some kind in it? That looks like there is a section of it that has been made into it, that you can enter into the massive pillar. Then
Perhaps
from
a
there, it's
beacon. I call for aid.
Aid from what?
points at you.
Us.
Okay.
We are the aid, are we not?
We are the aid.
I guess in a way, yes.
Can I try to like peek out the door to see what the bull is?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
There's a big hole in it.
Give me a
Yeah.
thievery check. Yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh. That's not a very good skill of mine. Sure, I'll give it a
Thievery or
shot.
stealth, I'll give you.
They're both bad.
Okay.
Hey.
As you
I peek out.
eke out, by God, Mosguda is clearly extremely powerful, but is not the sharpest moo in the shed. She is moving about, prodding at the corpses. It's actually a good opportunity for you to give me a seek, like give me a search.
Sure. I can do that with a button that I have to find. Here we go. Dang, I'm an expert in perception. That's crazy.
Okay. as you look through the stomping grounds, that is Moscuta's territory right now, she seems to have almost claimed it, as she moves about. Though, there is no sensibility of a claiming of a mindless zombie. There is something clear to you. There's 5 corpses as you look between, and as you look amongst them, there is a halfling.
Did he have red hair?
It's covered in blood.
Red enough for me.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to get closer to figure that one out.
All
Not
right.
supposed to be wearing
You also have
shoes
red
either.
hair.
Our cousin is dead. So,
All right.
You
Well,
can identify a corpse from that distance.
of course I can. There's not many halflings that work these farms.
You think any of the farmhands are still around then?
We could go look anyway. There's other buildings that are still intact, and then the light that Grimnir mentioned. Perhaps there is something in there. We would need to stealth, though. It seems that she is in the center of her pen,
Oh,
but
yep,
she
yep.
could easily turn around and see us.
well, worth a shot.
Can I use my architecture lore to see where would make the best place to make a hole
Mmm.
out the back, so to speak?
Yeah, give me an architecture. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got the tools in here for it.
Does Gus, does Mosquito, does it detect any of the other zombies?
I think the other zombies are kind of leaving it alone.
Kaz, as you kind of look at it, Mosguda, whenever Mosguda moves around, you can see the zombies kind of pay attention to her. Not like trying to keep away from her, but it almost sounds like wherever she moves, they seem in some way either attracted to or they follow along.
You think we could put her in this shed?
That's a big ass bull. I mean, we could
Yes.
try. I just don't think we could keep her contained.
How do we get her in? The whole side of that shed is missing.
Oh, I'm talking about the shed that we're in right now.
Oh, how's she gonna get in? Kind of a squeeze.
The dog got in, as did Grimnir. Maybe it's
I
just
think the
difficult
bull's a little
terrain.
bigger than Gar.
No,
don't
no,
know, you
no,
don't
you're right.
say-
Grimnir and the bull about the same size.
You all you tall folk, you all look the same to me.
I had to step
Same
down.
size.
I just stay up on Gar's to be
And I will
taller.
go sideways.
Okay, well, we can either stay in here or go sneak off and see if we can find something else. What is the game plan? Or do we want to just try again and fight?
Grimnir, really quick, your architecture. You believe this would be the best spot?
Yeah,
Right
he's
here.
running his hands on the wall.
It would take a while, and it would
Be very loud.
be very. It would be very loud. It would probably attract some zombies,
That's fine. Yeah, we don't do it then.
but you could do it.
Yeah. Just ready to get out of this room.
Mm.
I'll go first.
Wait, are we going to the cave or are we gonna try to get the cow in here?
I think we should try to go to the cave.
Agreed.
Alright.
Kaz, I would say you did see other buildings, right?
I did, it's just they're on the other side of her.
I'm
So
just
it's
I'm just letting you know what you can see
So
of them.
far away.
So this building down here, you should be able to see my ping, right?
Mhm.
This building has a big restraining chain, as though it
Yeah,
holds up
definitely
a
work.
big creature. It looks like it was ripped out. It looks as
Gotcha, so
though
that's probably where she was kept.
it looks like the entirety of the building was ripped apart while the whole machine was broken. To To the north, over here, you can see what is quickly known as a zombie barn. Its door is off its hinge, but that is where zombies are usually herded in the night. And then to the south, you can see another zombie barn beyond that.
So those two are zombie barns. That's where the cow is kept. And what is this one over here?
If you peek around the corner a little bit more, I would assume.
Yeah.
It's demolished. Extremely demolished. Anywhere that looks like there's a demolishing through it, you can imagine just a bowl that went through it, right?
Okay.
The boss cow did her job. It does look like that there is satellite contraptions. I get the feeling that's where zombie tacks for horses, cows were made, or at least secured.
We don't know what's in the cave.
The cave was
It's a funny
Where?
light net.
over here.
It's
To the
just
south.
the bottom down here, yeah.
Okay. Got it. Oh boy.
Do we want to make a run to the cave then?
Sounds like a play.
All right.
All right, I'm sure we're a really stealthy party. Let's go.
All right. And with that, you crack open the door and you see Mazguda stomping around, slamming and goring corpses as she comes across them. Spinning around, slamming, crushing a halfling's head. Finding another halfling farmer, slapping into it. Its big scythe dangling off of its back. She seems actively upset and is destroying things.
I feel like she's targeting the halflings. I feel like this is a insult to me specifically.
Those
Yeah,
charged
she didn't
attack.
hit you.
All right, let's go, gang. I don't want to go first. I'm a little afraid.
Okay, and then Halish goes first.
Halish, as soon as you step out, she's gonna whip around. What do you do to distract
oh my
her?
God.
Like she's actively moving around over there. She's slow,
Damn.
but there is a plethora of other zombies that will take their attention over to you. How are you going to distract them or get around them?
Halish throws out another bag of meat.
Ooh, okay. Where are you gonna throw it?
Let's put it right over here. Come on. How does this work? There
Is
we
it
go.
here?
Let me go a
Here.
little closer. Near the body.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these zombies down here? Do you not plan to deal with them?
I do not.
Okay, sounds good. In that case, as you kind of turn and you're gonna throw the body, it'll splatter onto the side of the farmer who landed on. And as you take your head out and begin to dip downwards, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Do we want this to be private?
Yes, please. Okay. Masguda flips around and rushes towards the sound. And as it splatters and you go to run, she sees you. Plain and clear. You're not hiding. All right. And as she turns towards you, that's at a and begins to rush forward. You see all the zombies turn towards you and begin to drone as you hear more from across behind the building and around the building. Begin to let out moans. And we'll come back next week before we roll initiative.
All right, we're doing great. This is
Yeah,
fun.
so fun.
Maybe the bull has like 2 HP, so if we hit it once, it'll just die. That makes
Somehow, I
think
don't
so.
think that's true.
I think so.
Well done, everybody. I'm sorry we didn't have more time because of technical difficulties, but I'm not going to run you guys over time as punishment for it. I hope that you guys are enjoying being in the dreary wastelands of Gab, and I'm really, really curious to see how you guys handle this old farm, because it's really up to you guys a lot of the way. I'm very excited. How are you guys feeling
Seems
about it?
deadly.
Good.
I'm excited.
I'm very tired and need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
because I work in the
same.
morning.
Yeah, no
I'm
worries.
sorry,
I know everyone's a
can't
bit
stay up
tired.
this
Yeah,
late.
that's okay.
I'm sleep. Okay. It was really fun though. I look forward to next week and maybe everyone dying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yay!
All right.
Bye.
All right, everyone. And I hope everyone else has a wonderful night. I won't stay over time. And thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you for the next time.